know I make you weak. You tried to take a break from me, but you can't get away from me, baby. Girl, tastes like candy, tastes so good, nicknamed the brandy. Can't nobody understand it. Half the time she cannot stand me. Girl, you so sexy, I might let you rock my necklace. I think that you need to vacate, cause you look like you've been stressing. You stressing me every time you get away from me, but faithfully you promised that you'd always find your way to me. And patiently I'm holding on to every word you say to me. Don't play with me, I knew that you was never really gonna wait for me. Girl, you know that you so sweet, and you taste just like a peach. You can't get away from me, baby. And I know I make you weak. You tried to take a break from me, but you can't get away from me, baby. Come sit right on my face. I'ma eat all the food off your plate. Fuck a breath, we can't take no breaks. Take this dick, don't tell me wait. You know the record, let's set this straight. Pin you down to the bed, let me seal your fate. Now he blowing up your phone and I know you gotta go, but hit D&D cause that nigga gotta wait. Cause you stressing me every time you get away from me, but faithfully you promised that you'd always find your way to me. And patiently I'm holding on to every word you say to me. Don't play with me, I knew that you was never really gonna wait for me. That you so sweet, and you taste just like a peach. You can't get away from me, baby. And I know I make you weak. You tried to take a break from me, but you can't get away from me, baby. Hey, know I'm talking about. We back, Ratchet Gang. We back with another one. We back with another banger. Let's get the likes up. Look, you might have forgot. Hell, they might have forgot. But you already know it's the king. Too loyal, know I'm talking about. RatchetTV. Hey, y'all already know, man. Y'all already know. Get the likes up if you in the building. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Tap that notification bell so you can get the drop whenever I drop. Alright, so boom. Man. We got to talk, Ratchet Gang. We got to chop it up. Look, right about now, we got to get, well, we definitely got to get back to this Diddy case. We got some stuff that we got to uncover. I know y'all didn't think we was just done with the case, didn't you? Look, every time there's a play going on, your boy Ratchet gonna get quiet. We gonna figure it out, and we gonna get right up in there. Now, there has been some things that have come across my desk that we need to talk about. Look, y'all are getting so much misinformation from a lot of channels. I could say y'all are getting 70 to 75% biased commentary mixed in with about 25% of facts. 15, 20, 25, maybe 30% facts, maybe 65, 70, 75% of just people being very biased. Now, that's a little bit of what we got to talk about today, man. We got to get to some facts. Because something kind of led me to discuss a few things. Now, the few things that I wanted to discuss is kind of because I think Tory Lanez and Diddy might be in familiar territory. You know, you're like, what the fuck are you talking about, Ratchet? Where you going with this? Well, I think that both of these people are fighting two different battles, but against the same type of beast. If that makes, am I making sense what I'm talking about right now? Drop the gems if you following me. Drop the eyeballs if you don't know where I'm going with this. I think that Tory Lanez and Diddy are fighting the same battle with the same type of beast, but just in different versions of the game. They're going up against pretty much the same beast for two different reasons. But it's kind of the same shit if you're paying attention to it. It's just Diddy's is done on a higher scale because Diddy pissed off more powerful people than Tory Lanez. But Tory Lanez did piss off a lot of people. Let's not get it fucked up. So much so that Tory Lanez recently just almost lost his life due to this shit. Due to some of the people that he pissed off, he was sitting over there damn near in ICU. Now, really, Tory was never supposed to make it out of there. Let's just keep it a buck. Tory was never supposed to make it out of that unscathed. He was not supposed to see the light of day ever again. This was not supposed to be something Tory Lanez was supposed to be able to make it out of. Let's just keep it a buck. Tory Lanez was on his way. Tory Lanez changed the game. Tory Lanez literally single-handedly showed y'all exactly how to beat the internet. He showed everybody firsthand how to beat the internet. He went against the higher powers and he won. But then he lost everything. Tory Lanez was on his way to, y'all remember the move he made when he's like, I broke the internet. I finally figured it out, man. Like he was like, it's the cheat code, man. It's like the digital trap house. He started telling people how he pretty much finessed his way into making all the money, but right back with his fans. And he taught everybody how to get money with the NFTs and shit like that. Have y'all not noticed since then, NFTs are pretty much non-existent? You remember how much money used to be tied into an NFT and all this? Everybody, hey, learn your NFTs, learn your NFTs, learn your NFTs. Now all of a sudden when Tory Lanez broke the NFTs down and showed everybody what to do, now NFTs ain't worth shit no more. Who's talking about NFTs today? How many times have you heard NFT? So, on top of Tory Lanez pissing off these people in the industry, he started pissing off the people in the crypto world. He started to piss people off who were coming up with the AI stuff. He was starting to piss off all the higher powers that be. And then there comes one opponent. Somebody that might have an interest in getting him up out the way. Can we just take a wild guess who that is? Allegedly, and everything I say is alleged. And it's all under the Fair Use Act. And you can see the Fair Use disclaimer in the description of this video and in the description of all my videos. This is just for entertainment and educational purposes only. This is just to educate my people on what we've been covering over here. Like I said, it's all under the Fair Use Act. And you can see the Fair Use disclaimer in the description of this video. And everything I say is alleged. Allegedly, y'all. Can y'all hear me and see me good? Let me know if y'all can hear me and see me in the chat, man. I gotta get some water. Give me 1 second. I need water. Can y'all hear me and see me? Let me know if the chat if it's good. My bad, y'all. All right. Let me know if y'all can hear me and see me good. It says the chair is empty. Because I wasn't in it, obviously. I mean, come on, dog. Somebody just commented the chair is empty. Obviously, if I stand up and say I'm finna go get some water and nothing is in the chair when I go, who do you expect to be sitting here when I get up? Get your goofy ass on, man. Salute Roxanne Stowe for that 10-piece. I appreciate you. And Linda, I think I seen you throw up a super chat when it started. We got 20 on the screen. I forgot who sent the other 5. But salute to everybody if you donated to the channel. I appreciate you. Salute, salute, salute. Dude talking about the chair is empty. They said they definitely going to Puerto Rico on. So did y'all ever come up with the name? Because I had to go get my water. I want y'all to tell me the name. What is the name of the people that have an interest in Tory Lanez? Can you name them in the chat? And there's been some crazy things transpiring with these certain individuals for a little bit. For a little bit now. Let's see. It said Jay Z himself. I see somebody said Jay Z. Tell me in the chat, y'all. Let's see. Start. Come on. Let's wake up. It's Saturday, but let's wake up, y'all. Come on. I see Jay Z. I see ROC Nation. I see ROC Nation, aka Jay Z. I see ROC Nation. I see a whole bunch of rock. They throwing up the rocks in the chat. Not in a good way. Okay, there you go, Alexandra. There you go, Alexandra. Now that name right there. There you go, Roxanne. Nah, Bree. Nah, not that one, Bree. Man. All right, so that same person could take an interest in a certain Houston situation because when this, and I'm going to start off with the Diddy situation as far as my receipts, and we're going to get into the Tory Lanez, but I want to start off by talking about the Tory Lanez situation because it's just a few things I want to get off my chest with this situation. And I seen somebody earlier, and how do y'all want to start by talking? We're going to start with the receipts of the Diddy case. I'm going to tell y'all that right now. We're going to end this show going with Megan and Tory again. But right now, do y'all want me to start talking about Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion? Y'all want to have this conversation? Y'all want to save this one for the back end and just get straight to the Diddy? Because if not, then just let me know. Because I got some shit to get off my chest with this Tory situation. It says, salute RatchetTV. I've missed you. Healing from surgery. Salute. Prayers up, Terry Walsh. I appreciate you for being a member. And I appreciate you for the 10. Salute, salute. They said Diddy first. They said, wait, I heard it's also something to do with them guys from Houston. Okay, so who are we talking about from Houston? Who are we talking about from Houston, man? They said they want to start by talking about Tory. Y'all said Tory? Tory or Diddy? They said Diddy first. I said get Diddy over for sure. I ain't gonna lie, I got a lot to talk about with the Diddy situation. So we're gonna be here for a while. We're gonna be here for a couple hours, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. We're gonna be here for a few hours tonight, man. So y'all might as well buckle your seatbelts because we got a lot, and I mean a lot to discuss. So buckle your seatbelts, y'all, because we gonna be here for a little minute tonight. So said Tory, please. So who are we talking about from Houston? Come on, y'all. Y'all need to wake. There you go. There you go, Jay. Wake up in the chat. I don't know what's been going on with y'all all week. Not really sure, but it's been loose. Let's double tap that screen and get these likes up. Let's go, y'all. I don't know what it is, but it's been loose. I don't know what it is, but it's loose. All right. So I see a lot of Jay Prince. Okay. So why? I want everybody to, I don't want to put this in y'all brains. I want y'all to play the remembering game. I want y'all to remember. That's why I keep asking y'all questions. I know the answer to this, obviously, because I've been covered it. But I want to make sure we all on the same page. So Jay Prince is important because of what name? Why would Jay Z take an interest in James Prince? Why would he even acknowledge this right now? What would be his interest in this? Can anybody tell me that? Come on, we finna go. Are we going there tonight, y'all? Trust me, we going there tonight. Get the likes up, double tap. We finna go there. We gonna go where everybody's scared to go. This is the reason why they want me to shut up. Y'all remember Jay Z and his people came for me a long time ago. I ain't gonna lie. I since understand the powers that you got, brother. I don't want no smoke with you, Jay. I'm just covering the story, man. I don't want no smoke, fam. You a powerful dude. I don't want no smoke with the ROC Nation, so I'm gonna be real careful with the way I cover this, but I'm never gonna be biased. And it just is what it is at the end of the day. But I'm going to get the story out. No matter what, I'm going to get the story out. I'm just going to be real cautious about how I put the story out there and some of the words I use. That's why I'm telling y'all to do a lot of the, you know what I'm saying, to stay with me. I know what's going on. You just need to know what's going on. So I'm going to ask y'all again, what is the interest Jay Z would have in that? There you go, loving loving all of me. Salute. Some of y'all ain't woke up. Alexandra, there you go. There you go, mister. Megan old record label. Megan's old record label is tied into James Prince. They said, yes, we can. They say, Mr. They say Prince had Hove extorted back in the day. They said they both broke laws 1 and 3 and 4. Never outshine the master, conceal your intentions, and always say less than necessary. That's facts. And if you ever noticed, you never see Ratchet get up and outshine the master ever. Ratchet, I'm always very mysterious. Conceal your intentions. No one ever know what the fuck I got going on. You're going to just find out when it happened. You never know too much of what Ratchet got going on. I'll let you know just enough, but you never get more. So you never know my intentions. And it says, always say less than necessary. That's very true. And I try to be as quiet as I can. That's why I don't be on the internet too much, fam. I get on here, do what I'm supposed to do, and get the fuck off here. Because I already know you get on here yapping too much. You just never know, fam. A lot of people watching, a lot of people listening, a lot of people you don't know who is who. Just shut the fuck up and get the fuck off the internet. So how can I put it? The interest that he would have is maybe possibly his what the Heliance? What the Heliance? This chick allegedly had a X tape with Mr. Pimp C himself, Sweet Jones. Salute to Jackie RM for that 20-piece. I appreciate you. Salute. We got 55 on the screen. We 45 away from a honey bun. And I don't know why the fuck we only got 200 likes on this video. Can y'all double tap that screen and get these likes up? I don't know what y'all on, fam. Paul, thank you for the 2-piece. Salute, Paul. I appreciate you. It says, salute, King, and cheers, gang. Salute. I appreciate you. Yeah, let's go, y'all. Let's go, man. I don't know what y'all on tonight. All right, so James Prince, Jay Z, Beyonce, Pimp C. There's a long history here, but then you got to go back. See, I'm trying to paint y'all a picture because it's all connected. You want to know how these two cases are connected? There's a certain situation that popped off way before Tory was even thought of in the industry. Think about it, y'all. It's all tied together. So if you rewind back in time, something took place. There was a meeting that took place years and years ago, way before they ended up ultimately coming up with the label. But if you look at what race this person is, probably start to understand while Ghazi ended up making Empire Records, and he was able to get in between and possibly be like a middleman and facilitate his way into the same deal that these individuals was going to make back in the day. Now, the individuals I'm speaking about is Jay Z. Not Jay Z. P. Diddy. He knew about it, but it wasn't him. Him and Jay Z knew about these things. But it was Jay Prince, Irv Gotti, Suge Knight, Dame Dash. Dame Dash connected to Jay Z. Diddy knew about the deal, allegedly, quiet as kept. Jay Z is the one who gave the drop on everybody and got the feds on Jay Prince, Suge Knight, Irv Gotti, and Dame Dash. He ended up hoeing Dame Dash in the end because he knew about this meeting. He couldn't fuck with Dame Dash no more. He had to cut him loose. The elites, you see Dame Dash has never been shit in the industry ever since. They don't let Dame Dash get no money no more. He can't put out nothing no more. Dame Dash is cooked. That's because of Jay Z. That's because of the move Jay Z made on him. Now, Irv Gotti, RIP, we know what happened with him. He never got to make it back again to the top either. Suge Knight, we all know what happened to him. Look at him in the end. He out of there. Then last but not least, Jay Prince. He beat the feds twice. Jay Z has tried everything in his power to get rid of this man, allegedly. He might have tried, possibly. But they go back to this Beyonce and Pimp C tape that was allegedly a for real tape. This dangling out there in Houston, and Jay Prince might have got his hands on that, and he might have made copies, and he might still to this day be holding that over old Hove's head. They tried to end up getting into a situation with them boys a while back, and they had to make a sacrifice. And in the end, I told y'all, Shakur Stevenson would be the one that benefits out of that deal the most. Look at it today. They setting it up for Shakur to take over. You know, y'all like, what are you talking about, Ratchet? You just going all over. No, I'm making sense. It's all connected. All this shit is connected. Then you could even get into the fucking DDG situation and look who his girl and certain people around that situation is signed to. It comes all the way back to these same people. Right before this all went down with DDG, he got a gift online, and the gift was a liquor bottle by none other than Jay Z. And he sent him a bottle for what? Next thing you know, all this shit started happening with him, and it's been downhill for him ever since. He making too much money. DDG, he's not Kai Cenat. He didn't sign the deal. He didn't take the bait. He's not Drewski. These people, they're good. I Show Speed. These people are cool with the rituals. They don't mind selling out. Kai Cenat's go back to him before he even got signed. It's nothing for him. DDG ain't bending and he's not folding. And he's cocky. They gonna end up running down on DDG, or DDG gonna end up losing everything. He's not humble, and he just does not give a fuck. Hey, stop, Diamond. He don't care. He don't give a damn. So we're gonna see. We're gonna follow that situation, but that's tied into this too, because he pissed off the same people. If you know, like I know, you know. DDG, he's pissed off these people. Diddy has pissed off these people. Diageo, Diddy with the Diageo deal. I'm just gonna tell y'all stories. It all just connects. And then Diddy and Jay Z been rivals forever. They've been competition forever. It's so much so to where if you get into some shit in the industry, you pretty much gonna go one or two ways. You either gonna hook up with Diddy or Jay Z, and I don't mean hook up like that. I mean, I don't know. After all the Diddy shit came out, I just don't know what the fuck going on. So you might be hooking up with them. You never know. But you either gonna click up with one of these two people, and then that's how you gonna pretty much do business. You're not really eating through too many other people in the industry, and even if you do, they probably put the word in type shit. So Diddy is a very powerful figure in hip hop. So is Jay Z. Tory Lanez pissed off all the right people, and so did Diddy, Diageo, and ROC Nation. Miss Perez, it's a lot of shit going on with her and her kids, and some shit that I found out about them, and that's a whole other can of worms that I don't even know that we want to open. I don't know that we want to even go there, because I heard they are bullying content creators. And I know that this is facts. I know this is true, because y'all was witnessing what they was doing to me whenever I was going at them. When I was calling out the names of Jay Z and ROC Nation, and I was calling these people out publicly, they called my phone. I called the number back. Y'all seen it was his lawyer. I can't make that shit up. I showed y'all proof, like these people calling my damn phone while I'm on live. What the hell? They shutting down my live streams, sending me messages. Yo, that ain't all we can do. You gonna see. We gonna, keep playing with us. They start sending people to other people's houses. I don't know how true that shit is, but I could just think about me, and I know for a fact it happened to me, so I'm not the only person covering shit like this. So if I'm exposing you and you trying to stop me from doing it, I could only imagine for someone on a bigger scale or someone on another scale that's putting in numbers or more numbers than me, I could only imagine what you would do to them, because if you're watching me, you got to be watching them, because some of these people way bigger than me. You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember the Secret Service Sam dude? That dude got like almost 1 million followers. Well, he got like over 500,000 on TikTok. Like, he's a huge TikToker. So if they doing it to niggas like him, they watching all of us. I told y'all, once you hit that 100,000 subscriber mark on any platform, they're watching you. There's nothing you can do about it. You'll never know it sometimes. But they know not to even approach me. They're never going to approach me and try to make money with me or try to make a deal with me. They're going to try to get me up out the way, because they know I'm not going. Salute, says Ratchet, Mize, and Gang. Salute, Ratchet, Mize, and Gang in the bushes. Love you, Ratchet. Love you right back. Certified one. Thank you for the 10-piece. Salute, salute, salute. We are at $68, y'all. We need $32 on the screen to get a honey bun. Let's go, let's go, let's go. All right, am I making sense connecting the dots on this? Do y'all understand what I'm trying to tell y'all, or are y'all still lost? Drop the gems if you following me, and we finna start these videos in just a minute. So drop the gems if you following me. Drop the eyeballs if I lost you. Let me know in the chat. But all this stuff is connected, man. It's all connected. I'm trying to tell y'all, everything that we've been looking at is all one big fucking connection. Double tap the screen. We should be past 300 likes, y'all. Double tap the screen for me. Double tap the screen for me. All right, so with that being said, I want to get to the Diddy case, because in the P. Diddy case, this is simple. This is fucking simple what we're looking at. It's a whole setup. They have been trying to line this man up just like they're trying to line Tory up. I don't know who believes what or what y'all think really going on, but I'm trying to tell y'all, this industry is wicked. Now, we all know Diddy should go down for a lot of shit. We talk about this every time we go live. They don't want me saying the stuff that I say. Fam, they don't have a case. Like, why do y'all think I went out there and I just got quiet when I got back? Like, this is how I know that some content creators are just so biased. There's no way we all sitting in this courtroom. And look, I put it to you like this. Inside the courtroom, there's certain people that I talked to on day one and got an opinion. And as we're sitting there live listening to this stuff and we're talking later on, and if you're not being biased, if you're just being dead ass down the center, just being honest about it, most people, even were the people that were like, man, Diddy is guilty, he's out of here. Once you sat in that courtroom and witnessed what is like, the transcripts can't give you anything. You have to listen to a certain person, and it ain't got to be me. You just have to listen to somebody with an unbiased ear. Whoever's going to come back to you and report accurate information from the courtroom, not the people who are just saying, oh man, I hate this dude, and that shows me this is personal to you. You've never heard me say, man, bro, I love him or I hate him. I'm never covering it because it doesn't matter how I feel about Diddy, and it doesn't matter how I feel about Cassie. It doesn't matter. We have to just listen to the facts and only go off of the facts, never the feelings. Facts over feelings. So once you're in your feelings, you're no longer even, that's why you couldn't be a juror. You're X'd out. We got to get rid of you. We can't talk to you no more. You've made a decision, stand on it. Go over there. We're here for facts. So all of you who are like, oh, I already know what's going on. Diddy is guilty. I hate Diddy. He deserves to go down for the rest of his life. I can tell you're just being biased. And I'm not taking up for the man. It's just when you listen to the facts and people in this courtroom come back out and listen to the facts of what they're doing, you're like, bro, this really ain't a fucking RICO. I don't give a fuck what technicalities or what verbiage you can, when you are in that courtroom listening to this shit, you're like, bro. And I can only imagine how they feeling listening to witness number 2, and we all know exactly what's going on with that and who that was. It's already come out. Look, we know what's going on with that. So witness number 2 pops out. Everybody's like, man, what the fuck what is this? What are y'all doing, bro? Come on, like at this point, like listening in the courtroom and reading transcripts hits different. When I'm reading the transcripts, we can't make out exactly what's being said, and we can't make, but when I'm in the courtroom listening to everything and I'm coming back reporting this shit to y'all, I'm giving you facts. Like, this is exactly how it is in the courtroom. And I've even told y'all, hey man, I don't know, Diddy look bad today. Diddy and them got cooked today. I'm coming out telling y'all the truth. Certain times I come out and say, look, Diddy and them on their ass. Prosecution is busting their ass. Or I might come back and be like, hey, I don't know, y'all. It's looking bad for this dude Diddy today. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, shit look fucked up right now. They got his, but today was a bad day in court. Diddy and them fucked up. They look bad. They might be. Now it's looking like a RICO. But then when you start listening to more, it's like, okay, well, I don't know how big of a case this is, because it seems to keep going back to a certain topic and it can't stay off that topic. So at this point, it's like, are you trying to humiliate the man, embarrass him, or do you really got a RICO on this man? But we don't talk about things that have been things that we need to talk about. And remember, this. Let's go show you this real quick. So we look right here. You guys can see that, right? Let me know if you guys can see it.
Diddy's adopted daughter just made a rare appearance, but why are the Combs twins not letting her speak? In the twins' latest 5-minute video,
the latest 5-minute video they had,
Ava gets barely 3 seconds.
There goes Ava. Y'all remember Ava? Do y'all remember Ava? Ava Baroni. Man. Remember everybody, I told y'all I had found this girl. Excuse me. Well, allegedly, Ava Baroni, salute Sharon. Thank you for the same prize. I appreciate that. Get the likes up, y'all. Double tap the screen and say he just filed for mistrial, as he should. It says she's an escort. Yep, I gave y'all that information. I found her and found out the girl is an escort, but she popped back out here recently. But she was only on screen for 3 seconds, and the girls was like, I know everybody been asking about her, and everybody been worried about her. Well, that's only the people on the internet, so you sound kind of like you know what I'm saying? That didn't sound right. It sounded kind of sus. Like, why would she have to pop out today? Because people been talking about her. I don't really get that. What y'all got going on?
Of screen time. Even creepier, the twins said they brought her out because too many people were asking about her. That line.
Exactly. They said she said, we're bringing her out because too many people keep asking about her. So who the fuck been asking about her? Well, obviously y'all watching the internet, right?
Freak people out if Ava is free. Why does she need to be brought out at all?
Why does she need to be brought out at all? There goes Ava Baroni.
Do y'all have her locked in a basement or something? One person asked. She looked scared, like she wasn't even allowed to speak. By the end of the video, the twins were hanging out with their cousin, and Ava was gone again.
And Ava was gone. So then she popped out for a brief moment and left. I got to keep pausing it because the music playing.
People think the twins were just following orders from their dad to show Ava, so his legal case looks less suspicious.
Some people said that they just did this so their dad's case looked less suspicious. Is that a possibility? You think Diddy told them, hey, y'all need to pop out with Ava? A lot of people asking questions.
All these red flags are making people seriously uncomfortable.
I think it's making a lot of people uncomfortable because we don't know what the hell we even watching no more.
The twins are constantly active on social media, but Ava, supposedly adopted by Diddy, has never appeared as her own person online.
Ava Baroni.
She only ever showed up in childhood videos with Diddy and the twins. Diddy once said he adopted Ava the same way celebrities like Madonna and Sandra Bullock did. But
Sandra Bullock, Madonna, Diddy, all of them adopting kids. Let's have this conversation, gang. What's going on with Ava, man?
According to former bodyguard Gene Deal, Diddy adopted Ava to clean up his image.
Diddy adopted Ava to clean up his image.
The public didn't respond the way he hoped so. Then he claimed it was just a skit.
Was it just a skit? Where's her real parents at?
But if Ava isn't really adopted by Diddy, why don't we know who her real parents are?
Exactly. Where the fuck are her real parents?
What exactly is going on with her?
What is going on with Ava Baroni, gang? What is going on with Ava Baroni? Let's have a conversation, though, man. Let's talk about Diddy. Let's get to this Diddy talk.
So throughout this trial, they've been dropping pieces of evidence, such as photos. Well, yesterday, they gave us the voicemail.
Can y'all hear it? Let me know if the volume is good, if the audio is good. Can y'all hear it okay? Let me know in the chat. Can y'all hear it good?
The voicemail that Sean left, victim number 2, also known as Jane, regarding her not wanting to do hotel nights anymore. I'll play you guys the voicemail.
Hey, I really don't know what's going on with you, but I just want to just give you a heads up that I'm about to really disappear on you. You feel me? I'm not going to be playing these games with you.
This is Diddy, the voicemail he left witness number 2.
At all. So I don't know if you think you're sorry treating me, and you think I'm going to be, nah. You'll have a rude awakening. You'll just have silence. And ain't nobody threatening you, and I ain't trying to go back and forth with no woman. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, I ain't got no time for no games. Where my life is at right now, I don't have no time for no games, baby girl. Me and you can be mad, I can have a spat, we can have whatever. Then after that, you better get on your job. That's really, that's all it is. Because you got me on my job, Nah, it ain't never gonna work like that over here. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so let's listen to this again real quick, because I want to ask y'all something. By listening to this voicemail, does this hurt him or help him?
But I just want to just give you what's going on.
Yeah.
Hey, I really don't know what's going on with you, but I just want to just give you a heads up that I'm about to really disappear on you. You feel me? I'm not gonna be playing these games with you at all, at all. So I don't know. You think you sour treating me, and you think I'm gonna be You'll have a rude awakening. You'll just have silence. And ain't nobody threatening you, and I ain't trying to go back and forth with no woman. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, I ain't got no time for no games. Where my life is at right now, I don't have no time for no games, baby girl. Me and you can be mad, I can have a spat, we can have whatever. Then after that, you better get on your job. That's really that's all it is. Cause you got me on my job. Nah, it ain't never gonna work like that over here. You know what I'm saying? I was trying not to leave this message, but you have left me no choice. So how do you go in the direction of like moving on and like that, or you like just like?
So when I'm listening to that voicemail, that does not hurt his case to me. I think you just helped. I think you just helped him. He clearly said, "Look, I'm not threatening you. I don't want to go back and forth with a woman. Hey, look, if you moving on, let that be. If not, then shit, get on your job, because you got me on mine. Like, bitch, I'm still paying your bills. I'm still taking care of you, and I'm on my job. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. So either you finna get down with shit, or hey, kick rocks. You know what's up. So you forced me to do this because, you know what I'm saying, you acting a certain type of ways. I ain't want to leave you no voicemail, but look, if you finna be ignoring me and you got me taking care of you, you finna have a rude awakening, because I'm finna walk the fuck on and be done with you and move on with my life." That's what that sounded like to me, and it sounds like you got bitter because you've never worked a real job. You never had to fend for yourself. You live off of your child support from your other baby daddy. I ain't gonna dox you, but you know who you are. We know who you are. So you've been living off of your other baby daddy. Now you're trying to live off of this dude and your baby daddy. It sounds like you thought you had a free ride and you got in your feelings and thought the shit was sweet. And you found out, if you want to leave, you're more than welcome to, but I am no longer taking care of you. So figure it out. That's what that sounded like to me. That's what I heard when I heard that voicemail. So y'all dropping these voicemails in court, that ain't necessarily helping you, because it don't sound like you were coerced. It don't sound like you were bribed. It don't sound like you were threatened. It don't sound like you were forced. It sounds like this dude gave you a fucking choice and you made a decision because you wanted the money. But you can't blame him. Like, you can't get mad at him because you decided to still be a whoop-de-whoop and be loose and F for money. You can't sit up there and get mad at this man and call him an ex-trafficker because you chose to do it. Like, he gave you an option. It doesn't say, you didn't drop no receipt on him saying, "Hey, B, you better do these freak-offs or I'm done. I'm finna expose your ass. It's over." Matter of fact, you ain't gonna never be able to be looked at in Hollywood again. I'm gonna put a bad word in for you for everybody. Now, all the stuff y'all been alleging that who he is, when you start presenting evidence, it don't look like that's what it was. It looks like these chicks all had a choice. And it looks like he gave them a choice, and look, he's taking care of you, but in return, he wants some freaky shit going on. Like, this is what I'm taking care of you because I want to be a freak. That's what it sounds like. Is it right? I don't know. It's up for y'all to debate. It don't sound like he was abusive to this lady. It just sounded like he just wanted to have some fun, and she maybe wasn't with it no more. So he said, "All right, cool, bye, shit. But I'm not going to be taking care of you no more." That's not bribery, and that's not forced or coercion. It's just me telling you straight up. If you don't get down with what I'm getting down with, and you want to leave, that's more than fine for you to do. But I'm not going to take care of you when you leave. And when I say I'm done with you, you're going to be in for a rude awakening. That's what I heard. But let's continue.
Good Saturday morning from a balmy South Carolina. A lot of people it's hot. It's hot. Summer day in June. A lot of folks are asking questions about Christina Coram and is she going to end up testifying? I don't know if she's going to end up testifying. She was mentioned in open court, possibly as a co-conspirator. Why is this important? A couple of things. One, the government made it clear that they're still investigating the case. That's why it's important that she is possibly named as a co-conspirator, because when they're investigating, it's pretty close that they're probably putting some leverage on her to get her to cooperate. So what is a co-conspirator? A co-conspirator under the federal statute is somebody who engages in the criminal activity with you. That there is a tacit agreement for the two of you to do something. Now, it doesn't have to be in writing. It doesn't have to be specific, but you guys can have an agreement that's sort of like, you gonna do that? Let's go do that together. And that's basically what they're saying happened with Christina Quorum, we think is an assumption, and Diddy. And so they put some pressure on her to get her to cooperate. And you wonder, what could the possible pressure be to get her to cooperate against her former boss? Could they be like, Christina, come on, I made you all this money. Why do you want to do this? Well, here's why she could cooperate. Co-conspirator liability doesn't just tie you into the stuff that you have done, it's tied you into the entire conspiracy. Because the second you are tied in conspiracy, you are liable for the acts of everybody in the conspiracy. A conspiracy takes at least 2 people. So in that situation, if you ever saw the movie Set It Off, and you saw Cleo and all of those characters in that movie, even though they were robbing banks, when Cleo nuts out at the end of the movie, Queen Latifah character, and kills everybody who helped her rob that bank are also liable for the murder that she committed throughout the case. So even if you haven't done anything, the second you were tied in conspiracy, you're liable to everything. So I'm quite sure they possibly went to Christina Quorum and said, you know what? May not own the car, but we'll find you guilty of arson. We'll find you guilty of this. We'll find you guilty of this. She didn't have sex with anybody. We're also guilty of sex trafficking because you're also part of the conspiracy. So if she...
So what he's saying is they probably went to KK, Christina Quorum, and told her, look, you're already under investigation for this RICO as a co-conspirator. Now, if Diddy goes down and you don't want to testify, we can charge you with arson, bribery, trafficking, racketeering, transportation to commit prostitution. We can charge you with all of the same things that we got Diddy with. So if KK does testify, they gave her an agreement, and she's already pleaded out. She just got to get up there and tell everything she know. Now that's one testimony that I do believe. Salute CC Love for that 25 piece. Thank you for that 25. Salute. We at $93. We need $7 on the screen. Actually, $8. We're at 91. No, we're at 92. My bad. We are at 92. So yeah, we need $8, y'all. We need $8. I appreciate the love. Salute. Double tap the screen, get the likes up. So basically, if KK gets called to their stand, it's because they got to her and they told her that she's going to get charged with something. I don't know if she's going to testify or not, but that is one testimony I feel like really could hurt Diddy.
Testifies, yeah. Then she could say, you know what, I've got immunity for the act she did, I'm tied in the conspiracy, but I didn't do what Diddy did. I think if she testifies, it will be a game changer. Co-conspirator liability also is, and yes, I brought another hat. It's hot in South Carolina.
So right there, she could end up getting charged, and that might force her out of hiding. That's one way to get her out of hiding right there. Go ahead and let her know she's finna be charged with some shit.
Okay, guys, so there was obviously 2 victims they've announced, well, there's 3. There's Cassie and then there's Jane. Now, Jane was a single mom, and in 2020, she fell in love with the diddler.
Salute says, for all you do, gang, let's get those likes the fuck up. Salute for that 10-piece, I appreciate you. Salute, certified one.
Okay, the first months, it was just the 2 of them, but then, yeah, Freakoffs, and Jane agreed, and it was crazy, as they said, the minute Jane's like, okay, I'll do it, diddler, he made it happen that night. She was like, okay, I'll do it, expecting like, okay, one crazy night in the Bahamas in a month. No, that night, he made it happen. Jane was nervous. Diddy directed every step. She thought it was just gonna be one night, and then it would be dates and vacations and everything she really wanted out of the relationship. No, not in the cards. He wanted her for Freakoffs. She wanted a real relationship, but instead, Diddy wanted to plan, but she ended up planning Freakoffs, escorts, to wear, Jimmy hats. She tried twice to not take the drugs, the baby oil. It didn't work. When she did it, she threw up. And she said, with escort, went to the bathroom. Diddy said, hurry, another is waiting. So she did she got all messed up, was puking, had S with the escort, and Diddy said, hurry up, there's another guy waiting to get inside. That's crazy. Jane found 2 men she invited. She was allowed to choose the men, which, you know, she didn't mind who she would be intimate with. Jane stopped working, okay? Diddy paid her rent. That way he had the power because he could just stop paying rent anytime and she had a kid. Also, like Cassie, he threatened her with the tapes, allegedly. A year ago today, they said that.
So again, she's trying to say he was threatening me, he was forcing me, but then she drops a voicemail, and I don't know if she thought that was going to expose him in court, but girl, you really just helped the man out by dropping that stupid shit. I don't know who told you it was a good idea to drop that audio of him not threatening you, but let's continue.
Diddy's being connected to the screaming kids in the shipping containers. And this is after the fact that it just went public that Diddy's going to be sued by 120 people. And out of those 120 people, 25 were allegedly minors when all these offenses happened. And then we have all of the information about Allie Carter that she's been saying for years about all of the people connected and how CPS is connected and talking about underground tunnels. Shit, she even talked about shipping containers. Like, what the actual... We even got people pulling up Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us, and he's literally dancing in front of shipping containers. And now TikTok is even talking about how close Diddy's house in Miami is to the shipping port. Like, we are to the point where this is all absolutely terrifying. Like, I literally can't handle all of this information that is just coming out literally like fucking dominoes. At this point, I feel like I should put out a lawsuit on Diddy for all of these horrific things that I have to hear. Just when we think that the Diddy situation is starting to die down a little bit, nope, pops right back up there. This shit is crazy.
So do y'all think Diddy is tied into shipping containers? Do y'all think if they was to really do some research on this RICO, do y'all think that they could find some extra shit out about Diddy? Like some bodies and some possible real trafficking going on? Or is this just a distraction for the cover-up? Because we all know that this shit is going on somewhere. We know it's going on somewhere. We don't know who's behind it, but we definitely know some files is missing. We know some files were supposed to come out on a certain someone, and if those files ever get released, we gonna know exactly what the hell been going on, and we gonna look at Hollywood a lot different. But let's continue.
Is it just me, or do you feel like the Diddy trial has kind of lost its plot? Because if you're like me, you've been watching it closely. And yes, he is a horrible man. Yes, he did horrible things with his ex-partners. Yes, he settled with Cassie a few years ago. Yes, all these people are coming forward and basically saying the same thing. This man did horrible things to his partners. He participated in very strange experiences. But I do know that the entire point of this trial is to prove his RICO charges. Every time I go into the trial and I try and figure out the updates and stuff, I'm looking for this, because this is the stuff that's going to send this monster away for a very long time. I feel like it's been day after day, witness after witness, just talking about his weird ass freak-offs. But I remember hearing before the case even started that there was mountains and mountains of evidence to prove this, the stuff that's gonna make Diddy disappear. No, you need to be patient, but I don't know. I want to get to this part so he can just be gone. I know Hollywood is a very creepy place, and if he's not the first, he will not be the last. But you know what I mean? Like, at least it's one off the list.
Okay, and I think she proved a very good point there. Everybody keeps telling us, no, just wait. Just wait, it's coming. The feds got it. Don't worry. It's the government, it's the feds. They never lose. They got this high prosecution rate. They got it. They setting it up for the big play. It's gonna be like the finale. And then we keep going days and they bring up more witnesses and they do this. It's like, fam, what the fuck are we? Okay, so what's the holdup? Where's the RICO? Come on, let's go ahead and let's stop the shenanigans. It's been 3 complete full weeks of complete chaos and a bunch of bullshit. We didn't heard applesauce more times than we didn't heard an actual RICO. We didn't heard applesauce and cheeseburgers and Astroglide and Johnson & Johnson's more than we've heard anything that had to do with a damn RICO. Let's continue.
I was having a conversation with my boyfriend, and he was telling me about his college experience, and we were kind of talking about like the type of mindset when it comes to sexuality that the college students have, and how easy it is for like women to get turned out in those environments, and how like, you know, if you don't have a good set of standards, morals, and what you will and won't do, then it's really easy to go down a certain path. And I just remember saying like, oh, I would never do X, Y, and Z, and he had to stop me. And of course, you know, I had my thoughts back then, but he stopped me and said, well, it's never about what you won't do. Like, you can't say I'll never do that, because it's really more about what you won't allow yourself to, like the path that you won't allow yourself to go down. So I'm listening to reports of just randomly scrolling, and I see these stories of like the Freakoffs with Diddy and I guess Jane Doe that testified today. And she was talking about how, fast forward to towards the end of her testimony, she was talking about, they were talking about how they showed one of the videos in court today and she couldn't even watch it, right? Like she said, she felt disgusted with herself. But then you go back, right? We're talking about the beginning of the situation and you making the decision to go and to basically sell yourself for this certain period of time for a certain amount of money. Like, hey, whatever it is you want to do with me, basically, I'll do it for this amount of money. So that's what you did, regardless of what you're like, oh, I would never do this, right? So a lot of people said, oh, I'll never do this. But she got into this environment and one of the situations happened and she said Diddy started to have her fantasize about being with other men while she was with him. And so it's interesting that in this situation, people don't really see that this is spiritual warfare, like open. It's out in the open. You can see it. This is how it happens. So you're coerced. You have a thought that's placed into your mind. You start to daydream. You start to fantasize. Now, if this is something that you wouldn't do, the idea of fantasizing about you being with another man would have immediately turned you off. You would have stopped everything. You'd have been like, oh my God, no, 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 no. But because you had already told yourself, I'm going to do whatever it is that he wants me to do because this man is paying me, or whatever the case may be, because it wasn't love. I don't care what you say. It was transactional. You put yourself in a transactional situation, and now this man is saying, I want you to fantasize about being with other men. Okay, cool. You're fantasizing about being with other men while you're with him, and then all of a sudden he pulls his phone out in the middle of you fantasizing about a whole other man or being with other men, and he says, I can make that happen. So this is how he introduces her being with escorts in front of him to her. This is how he introduced the idea. He planted the seed into her mind, into her thoughts, and then he pulled his phone out, and then he started to do it, and he started to push her boundaries. He drugged her up. He gave her substances. He took her out of her mind. Now, it started with a transactional relationship, and I'm only bringing this up because it's never about what you will or won't do. I don't like saying that anymore. Like I understand like what I don't want to ever do.
I don't know if that made sense to y'all, but that's right though. She put herself in that situation to where it was cool anyway. Like you already knew you was gonna accept bread from the man. You already knew this is what you wanted. You wanted a you know what I'm saying, a transaction type shit. You wanted a transaction and you got it. Now you're trying to cry wolf in court and shit. Oh, no, I never wanted to be there. He forced me and I was coerced. Nah, you wasn't coerced. You like that money. You like that $10K a month he was giving your ass.
Jane Doe told Diddy she is no longer doing any of these parties with him. No more of these all-star parties. No more of these debaucheries. No more of these FOs. And he told her he wasn't going for that. She went no contact, put him on the silent treatment, and flew to South France on vacation for a girls' party. And baby, he sent her a voice note. We're gonna play the voice note because they played the voice note today in court and it has now been released to the media. Now listen to this.
Hey, I really don't know what's going on with you, but I just want to give you a heads up that I'm about to really disappear on you. You feel me? I'm not gonna be playing these games with you at all. At all. So I don't know, you think you sound treating me, and you think I'm gonna be, nah. You have a rude awakening. You just have silence. And ain't nobody threatening you, and I ain't trying to go back and forth with no woman. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, I ain't got no time was trying not to leave this message, but you have left me no choice. So how do you go in the direction of like moving on and like that, or you like just like have me just keep moving? Ain't no threat. I'm just being clear. I can't do it with you every time you get up.
Now, what y'all think about that? I think that sounds like coercion and force to me.
Girl, if you don't get your weird looking ass the fuck off the screen. I think that sounded like force and coercion to me. I think so. He was coerced into doing that. How the hell did that sound aggressive and sound like she was forcing that girl to do anything?
Explosive, graphic testimony from Jane, not her real name, about doing freak-offs with Diddy after Cassie. I think this trial is over. They dated from 2021 to 2024, right up to the time of his arrest. Shortly after Diddy began dating Jane, he introduced to her the idea of his fantasy of seeing her with other men. She said, okay, maybe they were high, and he starts pressing the issue. We can make this happen tonight. She reluctantly agrees, and next thing she knows, she's being whisked to a hotel. She said, we went to a hotel. I saw assistants setting up the room, getting his room ready. There was a bustle of getting this room ready. A bustle. A sex worker came and she was with him for 24 hours straight while Diddy watched. She asked him to wear a hat, and Diddy said, no, I want it raw. She thought it was going to be a one-time thing, but he's suddenly insisting on them doing that all the time. He called them hotel nights. She said the planning for these hotel nights was massive. There were travel agents, assistants, other people securing the hotels, the suites, the red light, the music, the lotion, the alcohol, the bed sheets, the blankets, the towels, because the baby oil was everywhere, so they had to be prepared to clean it all up. Their whole life became her having it with other men in front of Diddy. Jane told Diddy in writing and in person many times she did not want to do this anymore, but he was paying the rent on her $10,000 a month place. And he made it clear if she wasn't down to do whatever he wanted with the freak-offs, the hotel nights, then she was out of her $10,000 a month place immediately. She said she felt obligated to do what he wanted. He did the same thing to Jane that he did to Cassie. If you're wondering whether Cassie liked the freak-offs or did not like them as she testified, just note this. Their relationship ended and she went on to form a family with a single man and have a loving situation that she's part of filled with children, while Diddy went on to have another freak-off relationship. Who do you think was really the... Come on. This ends the trial for me. This is him doing freak-offs with another person, controlling, coercing someone else into S-trafficking. How many more victims of S-trafficking with this man do we need?
And it's crazy. I love hearing people's different opinions. You know, I don't want everybody to agree with what I think. It's just interesting to hear certain people's opinions whenever you got a certain opinion. But
Jane's horrific testimony continued today. I think this is the end of Diddy's chance of winning this trial. He kept the freak-off train running. He just replaced Cassie with Jane. It's like a new product going into the machine. This one was also love-bombed and also made to feel economically trapped. Diddy rented a $10,000 a month place for her and her son, which she could not afford, and constantly reminded her, hey, I'm paying for that roof over your head, so let's do these freak-offs. He was paying her to be ready to do a freak-off whenever he wanted. We should stop thinking of Cassie and Jane as his former girlfriends. They were not. They were possessions. They were his live-in S-workers, or perhaps even living sex dolls. Jane also said he is still paying her rent to this day. I imagine that'll stop after her testimony. Over and over, Jane talks about telling Diddy she does not want to do these hotel nights, which is what they called the freak-offs. But he keeps pressing her on doing it. He keeps asking her. He keeps reminding her, hey, I paid for that roof over your head. I paid for your smile, because he got her veneers. in these hotel nights, she's usually with 3 men, one after the other, while Diddy plies her with ecstasy. And she's doing this anywhere from 12 hours to 3.5 days straight. Sometimes they had movie nights where they watched the tapes of their own freak-offs. With weekly hotel nights, Jane got UTIs and infections every week. She said she got sore all the time, but she didn't stop, and she doesn't know why. At some point, Jane started to become more active in choosing who the S-workers would be. Is this because she liked it? No, because she wanted some level of control. If we're gonna do this, at least let me control who's on my body. At one point, she texts Diddy, "I'm so much more than being left in the dark in hotel rooms. I don't want to play this role in your life anymore. It's dark, sleazy, and it makes me feel disgusted. I don't want to play this role out of fear of losing the roof over my head." She sends him that deep message, and his response? "Girl, stop." Once she told him she had gotten her monthly and couldn't do a hotel night, and she had to send him a picture proving that she was on her Even still, he's like, "You're acting weird as fuck." She has another full day of questions from the prosecution on Monday. I don't see how Diddy survives a second freak-off victim.
It's looking bad for you with the freak-off victims. Boy, they want this freak-off to be a freako. They want it to be a freako charge. They trying to lock this dude up for just being a freak. Let's continue.
Y'all, P. Diddy case is over with. It's over with, y'all. That case has died, y'all. Everybody that they have brought on that stand is not relevant to nothing. They don't have no physical or they don't have no evidence that this man has did anything pertaining to a RICO. It is not a RICO, it's a freako. This man is locked up for being a freak. I think this was more so of a let's exploit this man. Let's take this black billionaire and let's make him look the worst of the worst of the worst. Let's put him down in his misery. Because they can't stand to see somebody up. No, when the Illuminati see what you got going on and they think you bigger than the machine, oh, they gotta bring you back down to the warehouse worker. Oh, you the warehouse worker. You're not the machine that you running, you are the warehouse worker. And so once they realize, hey, this black man is getting these billions of dollars, oh, and he's a freak, oh, we just finna put him on trial and we finna make him look like the worst creature ever. Cassie, you a liar. And that's all there is to it. So y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Is this a freako or a RICO?
What y'all think, man? Is this more about his sex life? Is this more about embarrassing Diddy? Or is this for real? Do y'all think that he really is racketeering? Do y'all think that Diddy really is going down? Let me know in the chat.
News tonight, Diddy the Dangler. Sworn testimony that Sean Combs dangles a model with his bare hands.
She's always so dramatic. You can tell she just do not like Diddy. She just be mad. Nancy be pissed.
Off a 17th floor balcony. Her life precariously in the balance. And the jury reacts. Not in a good way. Good evening. I'm Nancy Grace. This is Crime Stories, and I want to thank you for being with us.
Nancy be ready to get to just cuss somebody the fuck out.
Those jokes taste like dirt in my mouth.
She's so over the top, bro.
Can you imagine, just think about it, being held off a balcony 17 floors up and dangled? This is different from the beatings that we've heard about, the kickings, the beatings, the draggings by somebody's hair, the threats, the broken arms slammed in the door.
Nancy look like she got some hands though. Look, like you really don't want to stand in front of Nancy, or is she just all talk? Or is she one of them you gonna pop in the mouth? She gonna go, "I'm calling the cops."
Actually dangling someone, holding them by their armpits off a 17th floor balcony. Joining us, an all-star panel, Courthouse. Standing by is investigative reporter Lauren Conlon, star of Pop Crime TV. Well, Lauren, the jury finally hears what we heard about rumors of months ago, the balcony dangling incident. What happened?
Brianna Bongelin finished her testimony today, and the cross-examination was a bit brutal. Now, I believe the defense was going for impeachment, but Brianna Bongelin showed us a photograph yesterday of the bruise that Diddy allegedly gave her during this balcony incident, and it did elicit quite a reaction from the jury. The bruise looked bad. There was a puncture hole that appeared to be in the middle of it, and we also saw a photo of her or the back of Brianna in a neck brace as well. She said her ex-girlfriend took this photo. At one point during the cross, Nicole Westmoreland got her to say that yes, she had the neck brace on. She took it for the photo and then she took it off. During redirect, they did sort of reiterate, well, she wore the neck brace more than just the one photo. But back to the impeachment, the photo of the bruise, we saw the metadata behind that photo, and it was taken on September 26, 2016. And this was either the morning after or kind of the morning of the incident. Now, the defense said, are you aware, Ms. Bongelin, that Sean Combs and Cassie Ventura were in New York and New Jersey during this time for the Bad Boy reunion tour? And then they had a charity dinner in New York City. And, you know, she didn't know or she didn't recall. And then we were shown an invoice from the Trump Hotel.
Man. So it's, I don't know, man. It's like they got something, then they don't. So her receipt that she got this bruise, allegedly, Diddy wasn't even in town. Allegedly.
He was going off on everybody in the courtroom today. Look at this. What if I told you even this guy caught a stray in the courtroom? Before I explain to you that, let me tell you about the crazy stuff that went on today. First of all, there were victories for the prosecution and defense today. First of all, we heard about so many sex workers for victim number 2, I couldn't keep track. We had Sly, Anton, Paul, Michael, Leo, and somebody named Rico, which I guess is Diddy. Weird. But anyway, today's testimony told of many things. One thing, it exposed that she had to do numerous freak-offs or her rent wouldn't get paid, and Diddy refused to let her quit. 18-hour days, once a week for years straight. Remember how victim number 2 said she had to do the freak-offs or Diddy wouldn't pay her rent? Well, something strange that came out today was that she said he was paying her rent, but the prosecution asked her, who is paying your rent now? Meaning today. She said Sean. Now, if Sean is still paying her rent, even after he's arrested, it makes it look like it wasn't all about the freak-offs. But let me explain. You gotta remember, she was with Diddy all the way up until he was arrested. If once he was arrested, once his attorneys got involved, I'm sure they told him if he's paying her rent, he needs to continue to pay the rent so it doesn't look weird or look like he only did it for the freak-offs. Now, whether that's the case or not, that part still looks good for Diddy as far as the coercion because of this. I asked ChatGPT if Diddy stopping paying her rent or threatening to stop paying her rent, if that is coercion, if he's saying I'm going to stop if you don't continue with the commercial sex acts. Without going into the full details, ChatGPT clearly answered yes. So that puts into question whether it was just for the freak-offs or not. And when you're dealing with a jury as a defense, all you want is confusion, muddy the waters. But then also the testimony had Diddy up in arms. For what? I don't know. At one point, Combs spoke with animated gestures, seeming frustrated or eager to emphasize a point, with his attorneys Mark Agnifilio and Brian Steele, also Alexandra Shapiro. Now, I don't know what was going on, but I thought that was strange for Diddy to be going crazy right in front of everybody. Then that brings us to this guy, Koala Bear. Diddy even went off on the courtroom artist, said that soften him up a bit because you're making me look like a koala bear, Combs said. I don't know what the koala bears did to Diddy, but apparently he got smoked for them too. But one damaging thing for the defense is Christina Korm and the rest of Diddy's staff were put on blast again. Victim number 2, when asked, did you ever carry rugs for Sean? She said yes, LA to Miami. Christina Korm told her that security would come and grab the package, and also said, Christina Korm told victim number 2, don't worry, it's fine, I do it all the time. Let me tell you this, Christina Korm is definitely snitching on Diddy, or else she would have a huge case at this point. She won't be smiling, and itty bitty Diddy might be in trouble if she spills the beans, which her testimony will be coming up. And victim number 2 also detailed everybody that was bringing the rugs. Brendan, if you remember him, he was the one stopped at the airport and arrested, and the rumor is he got a plea deal because they let him off scot-free. He had to be snitching on Diddy. Some person named Frank and another person named John. I'm sure they all will be called to testify. And moving a controlled substance is part of RICO. Now, a lot of people don't know R. Kelly had this similar RICO and got 30 years, and it's not as difficult as y'all think. R. Kelly got bribery for silencing victims for simply making payments to individuals to stay silent, sort of like Diddy made to the hotel people and other people. And another key component to R. Kelly's RICO conviction was forced labor, same as Diddy's. But forced labor is as simple as this. R. Kelly allegedly recorded sexual encounters using these videos as leverage to control and silence them, meaning he threatened to put the videos out if they didn't comply or told. Same thing alleged with Diddy. Long story short, forced labor and bribery charges were the central showing of R. Kelly and was central to him being convicted for 30 years for RICO. It is not as complicated as y'all think. First the dog, now koala bears. Animal cruelty, to add it to Diddy's list, I don't know, and I don't like it. What if I told you?
So what y'all think about that? Like I said, off of technicality, they can cook Diddy. Whether anybody likes that or not, off of technicality, if we just going off of verbiage, they can cook Diddy if we're going off verbiage. Let's continue.
Jane recounted so much horror, so much that this is my third video today about his ex-girlfriend's testimony. Watch those to be caught up. Hello, my fam. It is Perez, the queen of all media, the original influencer, and your #1 source for everything Diddy drama. We are wrapping up this week in the federal trial against the disgraced music mogul, where he is facing charges of trafficking, racketeering, and pimpin'. Let us resume where we left off earlier with his ex, Jane, testifying. Jane earlier today shared that she would always be high during these hotel nights with Diddy, but she did not want the escorts to use drugs.
So let me ask y'all a question in the chat. Do you guys believe Jane? If you believe Jane's testimony, drop the gems in the chat. If you do not believe Jane's testimony, if you think she's lying, drop the caps. If you believe her, drop the gems. If you think she's lying, drop the caps. And y'all double tap that screen. How we still only got 400 likes on the screen? Double tap that screen and get it to 500 likes, y'all. Let's go, let's go.
Quote, I didn't know how they would be on my body. I didn't want them to be out of control while they were with me. She didn't even want to be with the escorts. That was him, all him. Jane testified that sometimes these entertainers were well known.
I wonder who those well-known people were. Come on, y'all. If you believe her, drop the gems. If you think she's lying, drop the caps. Everybody participate. Let's go.
Stars of adult films. Diddy is definitely not straight. For sure. Watch the video I posted just before this one about the spooge, the male love juice. Jane testified also today that Diddy would have her ask these male porn stars for X to the rated photos of them. On many occasions, Jane said, Diddy asked her to have these 2 porn stars they would frequently hire, Sly and Antoine, send them pictures of their genitals. He wanted me to ask for nudes, Jane told the jury. He would say, get them to send you something or FaceTime them, and so they would. Then some of these images were submitted into evidence. The jury saw them, but not the press. Why does Diddy want pictures of these guys' junk?
I mean,
why does he even want
I think that's
nude photos of them?
I think that's pretty plain as motherfucking day. I mean, we know Diddy probably pitches and catches, you know what I'm saying?
Jane said that she would often initiate contact herself with these men on IG. Then she would open up the conversation to getting freaky. Jane revealed that the frequency of their hotel nights, aka freakoffs, became much less after the authorities began investigating him. But they still continued, just less. And she says that in 2024, the freakoffs were no longer at hotels, so they weren't hotel nights. They were just at his home in Miami. And the last freakoff she had with him was in August of 2024. Jane said that she never saw any of these entertainers without Diddy there. Jane recounted an incident during a hotel night in 2021 where she was repulsed by one of the men. He was, quote, sweaty, smelly, and didn't look nice. I just remember I was hesitant. This incident happened at the Hermitage Hotel in Los Angeles. That's such a fancy hotel where they were getting ratchet. But Jane said, I tried to make it work. I tried to kind of seduce him with my body and, I don't know, make some sort of attraction happen. But he was so sweaty that she was trying to give Diddy looks to show she wasn't feeling this. Like all of the other times, she was wearing the uniform.
My bad, y'all. My damn alarm went off.
Told Diddy.
Y'all can see here? We good? My bad. My damn alarm went off. I was trying to stop that shit. My bad.
She did not want to perform oral on this sweaty, nasty guy.
Y'all can hear it? Are we good? Yeah, can y'all hear it? Drop the gems if we good. Because I had to leave the screen and come back. Oh, we good. All right, cool.
So then he had sexy time with Jane and eventually dismissed the man. A similar incident happened in 2023, Jane said, when she was repulsed by a man Diddy invited to a hotel night. She talked to him in a separate room and told Diddy that she was not attracted to him, to which Combs asked, "Are you sure?" Jane said she again tried to make it work before letting Diddy know that she can't do it. Quote, his demeanor was agitated, but he said, okay, all right, adding that another entertainer came after that one left. Bam, bam.
So she was getting hit by a bunch of rap dudes. The entertainers, I'm just going to guess, are rappers. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say she was probably smashing a few of his homeboys.
I still can't get over the fact that he was having these freak-offs even after the feds raided his home. He was arrested in September of 2024. The raids happened in March of 2024. And after March, multiple freak-offs with Jane. He couldn't stop getting freaky. In an incident very similar to what Cassie testified, Jane told the court today how Diddy once ruined her birthday. Jane said that Diddy brought her to have sex with workers on her birthday in 2023, even though she was hoping for alone time with him. Jane said she was not interested in having her birthday be turned into just another hotel night for his fantasies. Jane told the jury she turned into something of a robot. Quote, I would just tune out and kind of get like in a zone. Jane said that Diddy's mood soured when she asked for a condom for the entertainer to use. Afterwards, he took her to another hotel suite where he was loving and gave her cake and flowers. But then Jane said another entertainer escort came into the room. When they were finished, Jane said a third man then came. It was, quote, just hours and hours of that. A very unhappy birthday for her. Jane testified that Diddy's assistants would usually book the travel for their entertainers. She recalled paying at least 2 men with cash from what she referred to as his cash drawer in the hotel rooms they used for their freak-offs. Prosecutors played a voice note that Diddy sent to Jane after she complained that he had been posting images on social media with another woman. Rude. But then again, Jane knew they weren't exclusive. She was monogamous, he was not. Diddy was heard saying in the voice note, quote, she asked me if she could work out with me. Last time, you're gonna be effing with me. I'm a human being. I'm not gonna lock me up in a room. I don't have a bunch of guy friends. She came over to work out. I'm not gonna be explaining. I can do whatever the F I want. I've told you one more time you do this, you're effing nuts. Be sad, go crazy, whatever the F you're gonna do. I'm effing working out. Okay. Jane said that from 2021 to 2023, their hotel nights would regularly be weekly and maybe sometimes bi-weekly. And much more from Jane and her testimony. I will share that with you in a video coming up soon, so be on the lookout for that. But until then, let's discuss everything we've learned in this video right now in the comments section.
So what y'all think, man? Is the girl telling? I seen a lot of people say she's telling the truth. So as her testimony continues, I seen a lot of people in here saying that they do believe her story. I heard y'all say that you do believe her story. So if you believe it, it's the story that keeps on giving.
Breaking out in tears, a very emotional Jane, not her real name, continued her testimony today. Hello, my fam. It is Perez, the queen of all media, the original influencer, and your #1 source for everything Diddy drama. I already made one video about today's testimony. Watch that to be caught up. The disgraced music mogul is facing federal charges of trafficking, racketeering, and prostitution. And Jane, I think, so far has been an incredibly strong witness for the prosecution. Jane dated Diddy for years up until his arrest back in September of 2024. Jane said that she would always take drugs during the hotel nights. If not, it would feel too real. She added that not only did she take a lot of ecstasy, but she pumped herself with caffeine, water, smoothies, and protein shakes to keep up the sexual performance for the Bad Boy Records founder.
And it seems like everything that they putting in here is to basically make it exactly what the RICO stands for, coercion. She was forced. She felt like she had no choice, and everything. I see what the feds are doing. I see it. They're connecting the dots, just not in the traditional fashion. They want every girl to get up there and say it. We want you to prove it to the jury. Like, fuck what everybody else think on the outside. We want y'all to keep convincing the jury that this dude is fucked up. And that's exactly what they're doing.
She told the jury that she once tried enduring a hotel night without taking any drugs and threw up because she was so disgusted. Jane told the jury she wanted to help Diddy get sober, but he wanted one more marathon sex session. So she decided not to take drugs like she usually did when he had her perform for him. After having sex with 2 entertainers, aka male prostitutes, she went to the bathroom and hurled. And then Diddy followed her into the bathroom and told her to rally for sex with a 3rd escort. He was like, "That's good. Then you'll feel better now that you've thrown up. Now let's go. Let's go because the 3rd guy is here." Way to be concerned or care for her. "I was just so disgusted," Jane said. "I was just repulsed. Not just physically sick, but in every sense." Jane testified that after the hotel nights, she and Diddy would typically go back to his house together. She would make sure that he was showered, and then she would cook for him, massage him, and put on his favorite shows. Quote, "Then I would finally get to cuddle with him and sleep with him," she said, while choking up yet again.
It's like every girl know when to cry on cue in this motherfucker too, but they all know when to start pushing the tears out.
Jane said she would feel really happy to end my night with Sean, but I would really fight to block out just how sad I felt after. Jane said to the jury today that she felt obligated to participate in the hotel nights because she felt if she did not, he would take her house away from her, which he was paying for. A text message from Jane to Diddy was submitted as evidence, and she told him, quote, "I wish we could take this back to when we first started dating. Ever since I opened Pandora's box, I haven't been able to close it." She said, "One night of fun just turned into the entirety of our relationship," adding that she felt disgusted with myself and was confusing your lust for me as love, causing her heart to break. She told Diddy in the text she didn't want to play this role in your life anymore. "It's dark, sleazy, and makes me feel disgusted with myself. It's the only reason you have me around and why you pay for my house. I don't want to feel obligated to perform and fear losing you. I don't want to feel like that anymore. I just want to talk like adults and figure where we go from here." And like a victim and somebody afraid, acting out of desperation, she did acknowledge that she sent sexually explicit text messages to Diddy between their hotel encounters prior to that one text message where she said enough. She says she wanted to convey her love and interest in having sex with him, not strangers. At times, she said she did lean into his fantasies, sending graphic messages describing what she said she wanted to do with these entertainers, escorts, while Diddy watched. She said she sent those messages because she wanted to make him happy. In reality, she said she wanted the escorts and the encounters at the hotel nights to stop. "I didn't like them," she flat out told the jury today. How did Diddy respond when Jane told him she didn't want to have sex with escorts anymore? He texted her back, according to another piece of evidence submitted to the jury, and told Jane, quote, "Girl, stop." Diddy would regularly run out of drugs during the freak-offs and have his security guards or assistants fetch more.
And there you go. That's going to be some more. That's going to tie him into a RICO and a criminal enterprise. That's more of the criminal enterprise right there.
Jane testified today. She said staff would show up at the hotel rooms with
And we need 50 people to double tap that screen. I don't know what the hell going on, but double tap that screen and get the likes up, y'all. Double tap that screen and get these likes up.
pill bottles full of ecstasy, the coca, and a mixture of the 4 to the 2 to the 0 and tobacco. Jane said that she and Diddy usually took stimulants, but a dealer named Guido would sometimes bring Xanax. Quote, "You need something really heavy to knock you out. I would take it after I put Sean to sleep. All those stimulants require downers to not stay up and wired." Wow, it's the first time I've heard an allegation like this. Jane also testified that she carried drugs for Diddy twice. She told the jury today that she nervously smuggled pills in her checked luggage on commercial flights for him. She said both times Diddy asked her to pick up a package at his LA mansion and bring it with her when she visited him in Miami. Oh my God. Oh my God. Jane testified she wasn't comfortable with the request, but Diddy's chief of staff, Christina Coram, whom the prosecution labeled a co-conspirator this week, Christina told Jane about smuggling drugs for Diddy, quote, "It's fine. I do it all the time." Where is Christina? Why have charges not been filed yet? And if an agreement has been done or is in the works, she better still serve time. None of this, oh, you'll avoid any jail time, just probation. No, she is so culpable too. Jane said that the longest hotel night she had was 3.5 days. Oh, this is so good. He is cooked. Jane is such a good witness for the prosecution. She told the jury about a regular escort they would use named Sly, not his real name. Jane said that Diddy would fly Sly out to Los Angeles, Miami, and New York, cross state lines.
Transportation to commit prostitution.
To be an entertainer for them. He would typically pay him between $2,000 and $4,000 in cash, Jane testified. Jane was asked if there was anything about the hotel nights that she enjoyed. She testified just the part when she got to be alone with Diddy. And much more from Jane coming up. I will share that with you in a little bit. But until then...
So what y'all think, man? I don't know. Certain aspects of this is going to cook Diddy. Certain aspects of this is going to cook him. But is he going to end up doing more time than y'all think he's going to do? Or is he going to get off on this
Nancy
shit?
Grace. I mean, even if we disagree, Nancy Grace. I'm such a fan. I can't believe this.
Ray J, why are you campaigning so hard for Diddy? You know what? Let's just carry on. Let's carry on.
I heard a rumor. You said that you thought Diddy was going to be found not guilty. Is that true? Did you say that?
You did. Go ahead.
I'm telling you,
Don't be scared now.
Suck your tailpipe. Did you say he was going to get acquitted? Because I think you did.
No, I also said that I think he'll be acquitted faster than what people think, and because I think this is a circus act, and I think
So
that
you
this
said
is,
acquitted and faster. Okay.
I just feel
I'll
like.
see you at the sentencing, my friend.
Yes.
Wow. Hey, Ray J, welcome. I love you, Nancy. But I have to disagree because I think that this is the most wildest case of like sexual conversation, right? Dirty fire pipes and like The Punisher.
You
and,
was
like,
there,
you know,
Ray J. That's probably why you acted like that.
It's a very dirty situation.
Is no one wondering why does Ray J campaign so hard that Diddy's innocent and hasn't done anything? Like, it's given so, I don't know, weird.
Hugely powerful.
You don't think that? It's not normal for someone to campaign for somebody the way Ray J is campaigning. What is it that we don't know? I'm just saying, I might be wrong. But Ray J keeps going on all these platforms, running his mouth. And apparently that's why Diddy's boys was throwing them hands. I need it to make sense. What do we not know?
What do we not know about the P. Diddy situation, gang? What do we not know? Let's get back over here. I want to start. Now I want to get into, this is the part where I want to get into Tory Lanez. This is around the time where I think that we should chop it up about Tory and Meg. What y'all think, gang? Are y'all ready to get into the Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion situation? As far as the Diddy situation goes, I think that is exactly what we're looking at. Take away whatever you want and do whatever you want with the information presented in front of you. I don't know what to tell you about the P. Diddy situation. I just know that something is going on in that situation, just like something is going on in this situation. Megan wasn't twerking a week after the shooting. That is a proven lie. Megan Thee Stallion heads to the strip club with, who's a bang, I don't know how to say that. Bandaged feet in first public appearance. Oh, so she had to bandage feet when she went out. Look, I don't believe Megan Thee Stallion was necessarily even shot. Now, this is the part where I fell out with somebody earlier because I made a post. Matter of fact, I want to pull up this post before I even, let me go back to my Instagram real quick. Let me go over here to my Instagram. Hold on. I want to do this really quick. Give me a second. Let's get out of this. And let's come over here and do this. Let's do this real quick. I'm going to put my Instagram up here real quick. Now, pay attention to this right here. Pay attention to this right here, right?
Count one. They got him for the highest charges.
This is footage of Megan Thee Stallion's reaction after Tory Lanez was found guilty. Now, I fell out with somebody over this post right here. And the reason why I fell out with them was because they're like, I can't believe you would take up for Tory. Any man who says they're taking up for Tory is just like him. I was like, first of all, this post doesn't have anything to do with me taking up for Tory. This is literally the facts. This is just shit you can pull up and you can go back and look at the story and you can see that the story doesn't make fucking sense. I'm not taking up for anybody to know when someone's lying. I just know that I'm being lied to by this person and Kelsey. Everybody in here know that whatever happened and whoever fired that gun, 9 times out of 10, that person that fired that gun, whether or not she was shot, was Kelsey. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong, but my opinion is that the person that fired that weapon was Kelsey.
What's up?
This is her immediate reaction. But you were just live streaming while this was going on. And this is her crying. She's crying now.
Thank you so much.
Do y'all believe this? Man. Megan Thee Stallion crying, y'all. And I keep pausing it because this is on her little documentary shit. I ain't trying to get hit for it.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Looking in the mirror, not a tear in sight.
Oh my God! Thank you, God! Like God did.
Thank you, God. Then say what? Is she laughing or is she crying?
Yeah. Oh, sure. If I ain't never think it was a god before, I know that motherfucker out there.
What in the absolute fuck? So that was her immediate reaction when this first happened. Let's continue, man.
But you know how often it is you find fingerprints on a firearm? Not that often. It's more often that we don't find fingerprints on a firearm.
Police are able to recover identifiable fingerprints from firearms in only about 10% of 13% of cases. This low rate is due to factors like the textured surfaces of guns, how they're handled, and intentional cleaning by suspects.
Because firearms typically have oil on them, right? And you have oil on your fingers.
Get the likes up, gang. Get the likes up. Man.
Which one's taking? Is that Quan or Tory?
So initially Tory comes,
Yeah.
and that's where I stepped in, and we had an altercation. He physically assaulted me, and then Quan came and separated him from
What
me.
exactly did he do when he was assaulting you?
I mean, everything. My adrenaline was so high. I don't know if he was hitting me with a closed fist or slapping me. It was just it was a physical altercation. Still in, we gotta protect her. So I look up and I see the vehicle is in the middle of the road and it's on, the door is open. So my initial reaction is to cause a distraction. And I jumped into the vehicle and I threw it in jerk. And it worked.
What does that mean?
I jumped in the vehicle and I threw it in jerk.
I just jerked it, made it move.
Okay.
Made it move just to get him away from Megan. Because in my head I'm thinking he's over here gonna just attack.
So you got in the driver's seat of the car and moved it a
And
little
I jerked. I made it jerk.
Okay.
I didn't even move it. Didn't even drive it. I just made it jerk.
Okay.
And so when I did that, it did exactly what I needed it to get Tory away from Megan. And so I don't know how he got to the vehicle. I don't know if he ran or walked, but he got to me really quick. And that's when he started pulling me by my hair. He was pulling me by my hair really hard.
You're just generally, we have oil, just natural oils that come out of our skin. And when you have a firearm, generally you don't get a good fingerprint off of it. And let's talk about DNA. You're not necessarily going to get DNA off of a firearm. There's a whole variety of reasons for it, but sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Sometimes there just isn't enough material to get the DNA off of a gun. And if you get a DNA, sometimes it's not complete. So they can say, well, we can't exclude that person. So in other words, that we can't say that person touched the gun 100%, but we can't exclude him either.
Interesting facts when you start to look at this Tory shit, right? Interesting. Do y'all believe Tory shot Megan? Drop the gems if you believe. Drop the gems if you believe Tory shot Megan.
9 times out of 10.
Drop the gems if you think Tory shot Megan. Drop the caps if you think he did not. Let me know in the chat. Do y'all believe Tory shot Megan?
And I see this in gun cases all the time, where you just really don't have a whole lot of DNA or fingerprints on a gun. Even the best lawyer, guess what? Can't change facts. You can't change the fact. Can't change the fact of where he came out of the car. You can't change the fact of where they found the firearm. You can't change the fact that she had a bullet wound in her foot and a fragment in her foot. So those are hard and facts.
The surgeon who did the surgery on Megan's foot, this would be witness number 7, Dr. Lee Haruno, Haruno. He came in Thursday morning on December 15th. This would have been day 4. And exhibit 34A is imaging that he did of Megan's foot. And this is a picture of her left foot. And he testified about the fragments that were in her foot. And it's not just these two big fragments that you see, but there are a bunch of tiny other little fragments, microscopic fragments, that he characterized as metallic foreign bodies. And Exhibit 34B is a picture of the same foot from a different angle. This is her left foot, and you see two huge metallic foreign bodies and a bunch of tiny other smaller particles which came from the same object. And then 34C is another photo of the same exact foot from another angle. I think this is a cross-section angle, and those two white parts are the same bullet fragments from 34B and 34A that I just showed you. And then 35A is the right foot. There are smaller fragments in her right foot by the heel. And then Exhibit 35B is another angle that shows the bullet fragments near the heel below the ankle area of the right foot. So there's no doubt that Megan Thee Stallion was shot. And
saying there's no doubt she was shot. And the proof is right there. I don't know in the chat. I'm just, hey, this is not for me to tell y'all what's going on. This is for me to ask y'all, what do y'all think based on the evidence presented in front of you? Did Megan Thee Stallion get shot? Did Tory shoot Megan, or did Kelsey shoot Megan? Do you feel like Megan was even shot? Tell me in the chat, what do y'all think is going on with Megan Thee Stallion? Do you feel like this is all just some BS, or do you think the woman was really shot, just not by Tory, or do you think she was shot by Tory, or do you think that this is all just some play by ROC Nation? It's all a setup. They out to get Tory. What do y'all feel is going on with the man? Let me know in the chat.
when fragments go into your body, you're still shot. That's considered your shot. You can't say she wasn't shot. Those are just fragments. Well, if they're fragments, she was shot. And also, if a ricochet enters your body, which is what most likely happened here, and even the prosecution told the jury, even if you think it's a ricochet, count one still applies. Assault with a firearm doesn't mean if it's a ricochet or not a ricochet. And there's a lot of people confused on if it's a ricochet, does it still mean you got shot? Absolutely, it means you got shot. There's people who have died from ricochets. So there's people who have died from fragments as well. So I say all of that to say this is a serious injury, but because it hit her in the foot, she's able to make a full recovery. But you can die from ricochets and you can die from bullet fragments. She was taken to Cedars-Sinai because it was close by also. It's not too far from where this incident happened. And this is a report of the surgery. July 12, 2020, patient Megan Pete. Attending surgeon, it was Milton Little. And assistant surgeon, you'll see the name Lee Salvador Haruno. And he's the one that performed the majority of the surgery. And look right here, pre-operative diagnosis, gunshot wound, bilateral lower extremities.
Now, a crucial part in this trial was the gunshot audio. Now,
so what y'all think, man? What do y'all think in the chat, man? Tell me in the chat, what do y'all think? Was Megan Thee Stallion shot? Let me know. Where's the lady shot? Some of y'all got y'all feelings, some of y'all not in your feelings. Let me know.
Hugely powerful person. Let me tell you how most of this shit goes, honestly. When Kodak and Wayne got a pardon, it was the same person that made both of those happen. Very powerful, very influential, very politically aligned. Those people work with rappers, but they work, I don't want to just name drop. They work also with politicians. It's a couple of those people. You start realizing who are the players. They keep favors and then they redeem favors. When you're gonna get pardoned, it's not by popular demand. A lot of times pardons are. I
gotta go get my charger real quick. I'll be right back, y'all. Give me a couple of seconds. I'm gonna let the video rock out, but I'll be right back.
Given out when people are on their way out. They're not over here trying to like gain the love of the public. They're over here trying to, yo, good looks on get me elected. You did A, B, and C to get me here. So when I'm getting out, I'm gonna repay you with. It's one of them ones. It's a lot of this ain't. Oh, I'm doing this for the goodness of my heart. I'm already telling you that politically it don't line up that Tory gonna get a pardon. So I'm watching. I see tremendous public support. I'm not seeing that high power, like, and with all due respect, that Anna Paulina or Anna whatever, she's a rep in Florida. We need somebody big. Pause. We need somebody.
All right, I'm back, y'all. Salute, I'm back, y'all. I gotta plug my charger in, so give me a second. You gonna see the screen move. I gotta plug my damn charger in, though. My phone gonna die. So, the screen gonna be moving for a second, because I got it on the stand. Give me a second.
We need some significant people to jump on board here. And then I'll be like, I think this could happen. I'm gonna be honest with you. It would be dope if Kim K got on. I know you might be like, oh, Kim K's just a celebrity. We got Drake who signed this. Yeah, that's cool, but they're not politically aligned. Kim K has been moving with her innocence or whatever project she got going on because she's been getting people free or taking off death row. She got some power in that world. You want to align with somebody like that that's also a celebrity, but then you got to align with some other powerful people. That's what I'm seeing missing from Tory's team right now. Because again, it was good to read all those things, but if you went into reading that whole...
Y'all can hear everything and shit, right? Y'all can hear everything? Let me know in the chat. Drop the gems if everything good.
Thread that Tory's team put up on the website. If you thought he was innocent before, you probably just think he's more innocent now. And if you thought he was guilty before, you're probably still not that convinced he's not guilty. You probably just would probably say, maybe there's a reasonable doubt that he did it. But you probably are not completely on the side.
So what do y'all think, man? Are y'all team Tory or team Megan? Let me know in the chat. Are y'all team Tory or team Megan? Let me know in the chat, because I do know there's some Megan Thee Stallion fans still out there. I do know it is. So let me know in the chat, who are y'all? Team Megan or team Tory?
I'm gonna see how this goes, because again, I feel like we've hit the level of what the hell is gonna happen next. Like, Tory's team, they're pushing the line. I think more and more people and the public is getting on Tory's side, but how will you leverage that? So I don't know. I'm trying to see. Also, here's the thing too. What I've noticed is that I think Tory, the way how shit is happening, I think ROC Nation done scared pretty much everybody.
Now, there we go. That name keeps coming up, and we all know. I ain't gonna lie. Them boys powerful, man. I don't know how else to spin it, but ROC Nation, they are some very, very powerful people. They definitely got my attention whenever, I was covering them. They definitely woke me up a few times to let me know, look, brother, we know where you at. We know what's going on with y'all. Like, what the fuck? But they definitely was on my neck. But yeah, let's continue.
Into
allegedly
really being that much gun-ho to try to get Tory out of jail. The reality is, look, Milagro got sued. Now she don't even got no lawyer, supposedly. You know what I mean? So it's like, hey, as much as people like Tory and they might think he's been taken advantage of, nobody want to go up against ROC Nation. That's a fact. I don't want to go against ROC Nation. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So me, I try to cover it even keel and keep it moving. I'm going to keep it a being with you. And I think Tory's team and his family and father, they gotta try to get some political connects to kind of agree with them. But I do believe the sensitive nature of a woman being allegedly shot or abused by a man, people are unwilling to touch that, even despite some of the evidence that point that he might be convicted.
Salute to Cocoa Butter for that gifted membership to Pajaco. I appreciate you. Salute.
Maybe unfairly. Most of the reason they don't want to touch that case, Meg Thee Stallion's still alive, and she is very much still popular. So you go against that, and Alex Spiro comes out and smears your entire political career as a woman shooting domestic abuser defender, you're donezo. You know what I'm saying? So I think, I feel like I'm seeing the things fall in place of Tory. I just don't know how the picture is going to come together. Do I think that, anything is something? Yes. Do I see the goal? I don't see the goal right now. But I'm here watching.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real. I don't see how they gonna get Tory out of this. I'm gonna be real. Like for Tory, really did either. I don't know. I don't know how they beat this shit. I don't know how they beat what's in front of them. Already, I don't need this one right now. I don't know how they beat what's in front of them. I'm gonna be real. I have no idea. It's gonna be an uphill battle for both of them boys to get. But for oh yeah, I already played that one. But for fucking Tory, it's gonna be way harder because he's already been convicted. Tory's already been convicted already, so he's already in sentencing. So I mean, he's already been sentenced to prison time. So it's gonna be harder for him to overturn what's already been done. They already tried to take him out while he was incarcerated anyway. We just seen what happened to Tory. Tory was not supposed to make it out of there. That was a targeted hit. I don't care what anybody tells you. I'm not sure where the hit came from. I think we all could draw up a conclusion in this chat and say, I'm pretty sure so-and-so might have sent a hit to Tory Lanez while he was in jail. But Tory Lanez was not supposed to make it out of it. And if you knew who did that to him, that was someone who was serving life for unaliving his 13-year-old girlfriend. He was dating a freaking minor, and he ended up unaliving the 13-year-old girl that he was dating. So that dude was serving life, and he had already unalived somebody while he's been in prison anyway. He already stabbed up somebody anyway. So he had nothing to lose. The person that did it was obviously paid off because they had absolutely nothing to lose and everything to gain, which is money that they probably didn't have because they probably got no family and no connections in the real world. So, of course, if someone was going to pay you to put out a prison hit, you probably would do it if you were that person. You had nothing to lose in the first place. So let's continue.
There's a rumor going around that Megan lied about getting shot by Tory Lanez. And the pictures that we seen, the picture that I seen of her foot, it looked like she just stepped on glass. I know how her bullet wound looked. It just looked like she stepped on glass because her leg was bleeding, but I didn't see no type of bullet wound. And Nicki Minaj, 50 Cent, Drake, all of them saying that she is lying and that she never got shot. She just stepped on glass. She admitted to stepping on glass, but she did not say that she was lying about getting shot. It's her story. She's sticking to it, but yeah. New evidence has been released against her that she is lying. That's what Tory Lanez trying to tell her, say that she is lying. He said he didn't shoot her. That's what he's saying. But yeah, y'all, I don't know. That's weird if she is lying on Tory for shooting her and he just sitting in jail for no reason. Yeah, then again, we don't know. We wasn't there. So we just can't jump to the conclusion. All we can do is try to look at her bullet wound. She has one and see. Look at the leg she allegedly got shot at and see. Because it still would be a mark on there if she actually got shot. So let me know what y'all think.
I don't know if the woman was shot or not. What I do know is that if she was shot, I don't believe we're getting the right story. So the version of the story that that we know that he was smashing Megan. We know that he was smashing Kelsey. We know that there was an argument that took place at the party with Kylie Jenner, because allegedly he was trying to smash Kylie too. And if you knew about him and Travis Scott almost got into a fight before. So Tory Lanez then already punked Travis Scott on camera anyway. So he don't give a damn about Travis Scott. And he was probably, over there trying to he got drunk and probably, shot at Kylie Jenner. And allegedly something happened between him, Kelsey, and Megan. They all dipped. They had to get the hell up out of there because there was a lot of smoke going on between that camp. They get into the car. There's an argument that takes place. Allegedly, Tory Lanez is supposed to have been beating up Kelsey and going after Megan at this point. But I'm like, what the fuck transpired for Tory Lanez to just get that mad, start whooping Kelsey, and pull out a gun and shoot Megan? I don't know what the fuck could have took place in that car for that to have happened. So that's where I'm stuck at. So Tory Lanez just crashed out. I'm not saying it couldn't happen because, people crash out. So I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm just saying what would make Tory Lanez just crash out, beat up Kelsey, and shoot Megan and just throw his entire life away when he had this is as big as he's ever been. At this point, I think we can all agree, this was Tory Lanez's peak. He had never been this high. Yeah, he had been around, But at this point, he's scorching hot. He is Tory Lanez. Like, this dude is Tory Lanez at this point. So I'm not really sure how that happened. Salute Jay Stay Fresh for the 10-piece. That's up, gang. What's up to you? Salute to Jay Stay Fresh. I appreciate that. Salute, salute. So y'all remember this video right here. This video right here was the audio. And I like to go back and listen to this audio because people said that this was his confession, but maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was. Let's see.
This is a free call from
Tory?
an inmate at LAPD jail. This call is subject to recording and monitoring. Press 1 to accept the call. To deny this call, thank you for using Tellme.
Hello?
Yes.
Y'all got out safe and everything?
Huh?
Y'all got out and everything out good?
I'm still in the hospital. I'm outside the hospital.
What hospital y'all at?
About it.
You said what?
You're listening to Street Talk.
He said, we was at the hospital. He's like, what? She's like, we at the hospital. What hospital you at? What hospital y'all at?
The Megan's in the hospital still. I'm outside the hospital waiting.
What hospital are you at?
I don't know. Let's see.
He's trying to figure out what hospital they at this point.
Peter, something like that. Peter.
I know she probably never gonna talk to me ever again, but
I know she's probably never going to talk to me ever again now. Now, see, this is where I got to be the unbiased person that I am. Now, Tory, that sounds like you did something that you shouldn't have did. Now that right there, this is possibly the reason why you got cooked. Because at this point, you're saying she'll probably never talk to me ever again. What you had to have done something unthinkable to make that type of, you know what I'm saying? To make that kind of comment, you had to do something unthinkable. Like, damn, I know she never gonna talk to me ever again. Like, fuck. And she just said she at the hospital. You didn't ask for what? It's like you knew what she was in the hospital for. So you asked what's going on. Oh, Megan's going to the hospital. You wasn't like, oh damn, why is she going to the hospital? What happened? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what happened. So you kind of sound guilty right there, too. I'll be real. Like right in this moment, you saying she never gonna talk to you again. In that moment, you sound kind of. You say, Ratchet, this is one of the cases that you need to be on, look into very carefully. It's all a setup. Let's listen to the rest.
bruh, I just want you to know, bruh. Nigga, I was just so fucking drunk, nigga. I didn't even know what the fuck was going on, bro. That ass. I didn't even know what the fuck was going on, bro. Like that ass, nigga. I'd never do some shit like that, bro.
I would never do some shit like that. I was so drunk, I don't know what even was going on. But I would never do nothing like that. Now, we got $112 on the screen, y'all. Let's continue to support the channel. We got $112 on the screen. Let's continue to support the channel. So what does this sound like to y'all so far? He said, she'll probably never talk to me again. Then you say, I was so drunk, I don't even know what the hell was going on. And I wouldn't even do nothing like that. Like what, Tory? Like what?
Just that nigga, I was so fucking drunk, nigga. I just didn't even understand what the fuck was going on, bro. Like, whatever. But, you know, regardless, that's not gonna make anything right. And that's not gonna make my actions right, bro. But I'm just deeply sorry, bro. Never even moved like that, bro. Like, never moved like that at all, bro. Like, that's real talk.
Like, bro, you don't realize you're being recorded? Like, fam, why the fuck would you make this call? Like, if you never made this call, I think you had a chance. This call was bad, bro. Like, this was just bad. I don't know why Tory ever thought that I should probably call Kelsey.
You know, there's a lot that happened.
A whole lot, bro. Like, a whole lot, bro. I feel crazy, bro, but this is pretty, like, what happened already, bro. I can't take it back, bro. I'm just telling y'all I'm sorry, bro. Like,
You're listening to Street TV.
See, I get what people are saying he could have been saying, but the fact that you made this phone call and what they can interpret by your words and what you're not saying nothing about I did not shoot her, but you're not even saying I did shoot her. But the fact that we all know that she's a legend, she got shot, and you're saying and making the statements that you made, anything you say and do, it could be used against you in a court of law. So you said this, and this was used against you in a court of law, and it just don't look good, bro. It doesn't look good. You saying this shit, I love you always, Ratchet. I love you right back. Salute. Yeah, just by you saying this, it's bad. It don't look good.
I think it was just too drunk, bro. You know what I'm saying? When I got to the house, I'm sure he's like, all top niggas, he gave me like 5 shots, like off the door, like, you feel me? So I was out of there, like, I wasn't even there with niggas, like, you feel me? I was taking shots past that time. I wasn't even there with niggas, like, bro, I don't even know, I don't even remember what we was even arguing about, bro, like, you feel me? Like,
No, I didn't even, I was already fucked up by the time you got there, so I don't know how much.
it's like, you know, but tell me what hospital she's in.
You're listening to Street TV.
I just told you, Cedar Medical.
Alright, you ain't got Corn's number, right? You ain't got my security number.
Quan, I do have his number.
You call this nigga Corn and tell this nigga, bro. You get a chance, but just figure out what you gotta do to bail me out this shit.
Okay.
Thank you, I appreciate it. I'm sorry again, bro. Like,
I think honestly, I think we're gonna try to, because obviously, like, the longer you're in this, the more hot it's gonna get, because you know it's already on, like, there's no names released yet, but the report is already out, you know.
but like, how this what? What you mean, how?
It's on some app, you know. Megan's team is on top of this. So.
Yeah, but like, niggas don't. There's no way that Megan's on like the things.
No, what do you say?
There's no way that Megan's like on the thing.
Listening to Street TV.
No. So far, no.
He said there's no way Megan is on it too, though, right? Like she's like, no.
None of that is there, but I mean.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be one of those. If anything, the only nigga that's gonna get this backlash is me. It's not gonna be her. But
The only person that's gonna get this backlash is gonna be me. It ain't gonna be her.
alright, it is what it is. Regardless if I get out of here today or not, bro, I just wanna let y'all know, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Like, I never did that shit if I wasn't that drunk, bro. Like,
I never would have did that shit if I wasn't that drunk. Did what? See, like you're opening the door for them to say you shot her, Tori. Like dead ass. You sound like you shot her.
You have 1 minute remaining for this call.
get out of here, you guys.
You're listening to Street TV.
Hello?
Man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. That was a bad decision, Tori. That might be exactly why you couldn't make it out of this shit.
I'm speaking for all black women when I say this. Fuck Megan Thee Stallion. Fuck Megan Thee Stallion. Why is it fuck her? Let me tell you why it's fuck her. Because it was, protect black women, protect black women, protect black women, right? So she could lock Tory's ass up. Even though I knew she was lying from the start. Big bark over here. You know what they're gonna say when it's time to lock her ass up? Don't believe what black women say. Don't believe them. Don't believe them. They're all liars like Megan. Who, bitch? Who? Who's like Megan? I'm telling y'all, if y'all don't see now, y'all gonna see it when it happens. When it comes to life. Because that's exactly what's gonna happen. I'm telling you, we're gonna be uncredible as fuck because of this fucking horse-looking thingy that y'all wanted to pop up on a little pedestal. Oh, y'all. Come on.
So, 2 things fucked Tory up. Number 1 was that phone call. I don't know what you meant by any of the shit you said. I have no idea what any of that meant. I can only say, based off of what the facts are presented in front of us, you basically admitted to doing it. And if you did not, now if this was something you didn't do, and this is something you were not admitting to on this phone call, you should have gotten up on that stand. That was the mistake number 2. I don't know who told you not to get on the stand, but at this point, everybody is saying you did this, and everybody's pointing the finger at you. Now, if you're an innocent man, you're gonna take the stand and tell him exactly what the fuck happened. It was Kelsey, bro. I didn't do none of this shit. Hell no. It was Kelsey. I didn't pull no trigger. But you trying to be a street dude and I'm sticking to the code. Fuck the code. Don't nobody live by the code. Even gangsters don't live by it. So I don't know what made you not get up on that stand and defend yourself, but you never got up on that stand to tell your story. And I think your story would have possibly gotten you out of this mess.
I'm gonna tell y'all why Tory Lanez ain't gonna get out of jail. Alright, first off, he was already proven guilty by his 12 jurors. He can go back and appeal any of that, but he's just redoing evidence at this point. Then on top of that, if they do go and let Tory Lanez out of jail, every person that got on the stand and lied or swayed the way so he would go to jail will be held accountable. Yeah, they just committed perjury, probably on top of other charges too. That's 20 years. But another thing is that they're not gonna want to go and admit that somebody made some kind of mistake like that. Now, don't get me wrong, if it was last year, right before the office changed, it would have been different. But nah, they're not going to have anything that says the government went and allowed something like that, or they got played by other people. Don't get me wrong, they're out here doing the right thing, getting certain politicians and stuff on it, but it's not going to happen. It's good PR for the people that are coming up and stuff like that, but no. All I'm saying is, if Tory Lanez gets out of jail, Kelsey, you going to jail, bro. You committed perjury. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. It's your boy Street 9. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe.
I do agree that his counsel was in on it. I've seen this before. I've seen this story before, where you get lawyers and you think that these lawyers are working for you and they're working against you to prosecute you just as much as they were ever there to help you. So, I mean, you got to be careful when you're hiring an attorney, because sometimes that attorney that works for you is probably working for them. So they really just getting a bunch of bread off of you out of your pockets, and then in the same breath, they're going and breaking bread right with all the same people. You got to be careful, especially in them small towns and shit like that. That's why if you ever get into some shit in a small town, creep outside of that town to find you somebody who practices where you got caught up at. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, because probably more people that are in or around the situation gonna all be in the same boat, and if shit pop off, they all swimming together. If you get my drift, but I'm gonna continue.
After reading Tory Lanez 36 Hours Later website, I understand why his first lawyer dropped him. Oh, he starts off by saying that the cops confirmed that she stepped on glass, right? Which he included a video where the officers walk up.
Salute to Marty G, says, just for being who you are, the king. Salute, 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 Big Ratchet in the bushes. Salute, Marty G. I appreciate that 20-piece McNugget. Salute, salute, salute. We had $133, y'all. We had $133. We 132. We 68 away from 2 honey buns. Let's go, y'all.
To the glass on the ground and said, oh, that must be where she stepped. And then he also clips a clip afterward of Meg actually opening the door and the bottle falling out the car. Now, my question is why I think that wouldn't stand up in court is she stepped out of the car and stepped on glass when the police officers got in. He's saying it's video proof. Then how did her blood get all over the car? If you look at the other videos of them actually investigating inside the car, the longer videos, because Tory cut up a lot of videos to suit his narrative, which is why I say it wouldn't have worked in court, because they would have played the whole clip. So that glass narrative just doesn't hold up, because in the full video of the body cam, there's blood in the back passenger, the middle console, and then blood on the left side where Kelsey was sitting, which also explained why Kelsey had the blood dripping down her leg, because she said that Meg had put her legs across the car and was resting them on her. So
the more you listen to the facts of this, I ain't gonna lie, bro, Tory, it looks bad. And I just don't understand why the hell he allowed everybody to tell this story for him. Looking at the longer police video, you start to see that it definitely was looking like Tory Lanez either got lined up like none other, or Tory Lanez did it. One of the two.
It's like that wouldn't have stood up in court, but I guess it does stand up online, which is his goal, I guess. But even if we ignore everyone's testimony and we don't listen to anything anyone had to say about the case and just look at the evidence presented in court. So they pulled the car over 3 minutes from where the shooting took place. That's what the GPA said. They were 3 minutes down the road before they got pulled over. After that, helicopters are over them or some big light is over them, and they all have their hands outside the vehicle waiting for the police to tell them when to get out. So Tory Lanez gets out. They see where he gets out from in the car. They pull him out, and everyone else's hands is out. Because I seen someone make a comment that Kelsey probably threw the gun in the front seat, but she couldn't have done that because without Tory Lanez knowing as like a setup for him, she couldn't have done that because her hands was out the side the window the whole time. But now let's look at this weapon. It's in the front passenger seat where the guy, this main suspect, gets out from. He has gunshot residue on him. The other male in the gun has 90% male DNA on it. The other male in the car doesn't have any gunshot residue on him. So just based on that evidence alone, not even listening to anyone put the gun in his hand, just looking at that alone, like what would jurors think? And then you add in the testimonies of 3 people putting the weapon in his hand. And so then he also brought up the Sean Kelly testimony when he said the first shot went off in the car, but the evidence didn't support that. And then also when he was talking about Kelsey fired 3 times and then Tory Lanez knocked the gun down out of her hand and it fell and went off 2 more times, the gun expert testified that that would be impossible because you need 8.5 pounds of pressure to pull the trigger. So there's no accidents with that gun. Any shot that goes off with that gun is very intentional. So it's like, how is he saying that? Well, that wouldn't hold up in court. He can say that, he can say whatever he wants to the general public, but he couldn't say that in court because they brought in a gun expert. And the gun expert testified that each shot has to be intentional because of the force needed to even fire that weapon. So that's why I'm just really confused on what are you trying to say with your site? Is it just you really want to be free, or you just want to harass Megan, or you just want people to not forget about you? You want people on your side? I don't know, because I even see people like saying like, oh, he needs a retrial. He can get a retrial, but what is he going to say when experts come to the stand? It's one thing for people on social media to be debating, but when you have expert witnesses, like people who work with weapons, medical experts, also, what are you going to do when they come to the stand and you have to put your story up against their testimonies? So, like, I guess that's why he's hoping for a pardon. But if you want a pardon, why don't you get your story straight? Because I don't know what you're trying to sell. You trying to say she stepped on glass or she got shot? Which one is it? Like, how is anyone going to give you anything if you're not clear on your story? I don't. And then he said that. They went to the media first, and because somehow she went to the media because Tory Lanez was saying it, but he's like, oh, well, that's a lie because she went to the media first. As if they don't have proof of you paying Milagro. They have that in other court documents in the one that Megan's suing her. So they have proof of you paying her to talk about Megan. So what other blogs did you pay? And then what's her name? Gorgeous Dog get on here and say that Future prompted academics to bash her. That's what Tory was doing. And that's why Meg said something in the first place. That's what people do, celebrities do behind the scene when they want to paint a narrative and they want to paint a story. But anyway, that's all I had to say on the matter. But I find it, I think he just want to harass her, and that's why he got that restraining order, because he be doing stuff like this. And if he really wants some kind of movement, you're going to have to come up with a straight story. Something that experts can stand behind. Because this whole, the gun fell and went off 2 times, not possible. The whole, she stepped on glass, not possible. How did all the blood get back in the back of the car? So, like, all right.
Salute, Linda. I'm a soldier for the 10-piece. Says RG4L. Salute. You already know. I appreciate that 10-piece. Salute, salute, salute. We're at $142, y'all. $142. Let's get that support up, man. Let's go ahead and get that support up, man. We are 58 away from a honey bun. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I don't know, man. Tory, it ain't, I don't know, brother. I don't know.
Okay, y'all. This is my last video on this because I'm gonna tell y'all something. The world itself is a mess. So this is my last video on this for a while. Okay, so a month ago, Tory Lanez was stabbed. Well, almost a month ago, because it was like 20 days ago, right? So almost a month ago, Tory Lanez was stabbed. That came 2 days after Meg's team and Kelsey's team were notified that somebody had came forward saying that they overheard Kelsey's conversation and that she admitted to pew-pewing the gun.
Allegedly, Kelsey admitted to shooting Megan Thee Stallion. Double tap the screen, man. We need 28 people to double tap that screen and get to 600 likes, man. Come on, y'all. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Okay. So they start a party, a petition for a pardon. It's required for 300,000 votes or verified signatures in order for the governor to even consider it, okay? This is where it currently sat 2 days ago when I checked. It's probably like way more, but this was 2 days ago when I checked, right? This is our decision maker, Mr. Gavin Newsom. Mr. Gavin Newsom is our decision maker.
And remember him from those fires. Look, all this stuff that we watching and witnessing is all connected. 20 people double tap the screen. Man, I know 20 of you motherfuckers ain't double tap the screen. 20 people double tap that damn screen. But Mr. Gavin Newsom, I know exactly who he is because I was exposing him when those fires came into town. And I told y'all this is all about a smart city. I know y'all like, what does this got to do with Jay Z, ROC Nation? Look, everything is connected is basically what I'm trying to say. Everything that we cover is connected. 15 people double tap that screen. Double tap your screen, y'all. Come on now. We need 10 people double tap that screen.
This says that he was notified 19 days ago. He has not made a response publicly or through this petition. So y'all know I be up in my kitchen, and excuse my head looking crazy. I be up in my kitchen getting down on sometimes. Especially in the middle of the night, I may be doing my oils, I may be doing anything, it doesn't matter, I may be doing whatever, and I'll get a download. So, in one of my downloads, the Spirit was telling me he's not going to say anything or respond to anything because of his ties to Jay Z. And, you know, a lot of times when we get down...
And that's Gavin. Gavin tied to Jay, that's tied to ROC Nation, that's tied to Desiree, that's tied into... Look, man, this is way bigger than Tory Lanez. That's all I'm going to say.
As spiritual people, we want to make sure that we're not being biased or it's not our thoughts versus our intuition. But I could feel it in my neck, like there was so much pressure on me when I heard that. Like he feels pressured right now to either speak or not speak on it. More so, I feel like he feels pressured to speak on it, but his hands are tied, right? So last night, I just so happened to get on Twitter, and what do I see? This retweet from 2016 is going viral right now because everybody's trying to figure out why you, Gavin Newsom, have not spoke on this. So then I keep scrolling and this pops up. So I see this. In 2020, Governor Gavin Newsom passed a bill in collaboration with Jay Z's social justice board. They have a long-standing relationship. ROC Nation's political power and influence are astronomical. You get what I'm saying? is astronomical. I'm not even a conspiracy theory girl.
So as you see right there, Gavin Newsom and Mr. Jiggaman got a very close relationship. So why would they even tag him to pardon somebody out of California State Prison or whatever? What is he gonna do? He's friends with Jay Z and ROC Nation. They do business together. They get a lot of money together. He's still elected. A lot of the reason is because Jay Z is still helping him out. He's still getting handouts from Jay Z and ROC Nation and company. He's not finna go against the hand. He ain't finna bite the hand that feeds him. Gavin Newsom, he wants that smart city. He wants to become president. He wants to still be in the spotlight. He ain't finna fuck up this for nobody.
I'm not even a conspiracy theory girl. And hold on, because I know somebody gonna say something about my ages in there in the comments. Hold on. Okay, I had to lay them things down. But anyway, I'm not a conspiracy theory girl. But I'm a realist. Okay? And when the spirits tell me something, if I can't physically see it right then and there, it always makes it's round to my face. Gavin Newsom, I don't want to be definitive when I say this, but I don't see the likelihood of him pardoning Tory Lanez. I don't see the likelihood, okay? And it's because his political ties up into there. They're all corrupt, allegedly, okay? Because I don't need them being in my account or freaking with my money, okay? So allegedly, they're all corrupt. Pay attention to the smoke and mirrors and the propaganda. They were okay with allowing this innocent black man to go to jail because they're all in cahoots together. So we can stop saying anything to Gavin Newsom. We can stop with the petition signatures because he is highly unlikely to pardon this young man because of his ties, allegedly, to ROC Nation, okay? So this is my last video about this because this case stresses me out. It's like you know something, but it's going to take a lot to prove this or bring this through. And I'm so sorry to Tory and Tory's team because they're not giving y'all a fair chance. And I still rally behind y'all if y'all start. My bad, y'all. Grace's Corner here went to a commercial and June was not having it. But anyway, so I'm still rallying behind y'all. It is forever free Tory Lanez, but y'all got an uphill battle. Honestly, from a spiritual reader standpoint, y'all have a battle on y'all hands. This is spiritual warfare. This is all about right versus wrong. And then, okay, while I was going down a rabbit hole, let me show y'all this. So apparently this is from somebody on Megan's team. They're saying, post Auburn Hurst, she had to make those 7-figure deals with Doritos and Cheetos. Who is she going to confide in? Julian Martell? What exactly will he do for her? They will take him out. Whoever she lets in, she puts at risk, and she's always being monitored. They want the public to see her as strong and unbothered. Like I said to you a few months back, she was suicidal a couple of months ago. Everyone has ups and downs, so never believe anything you see on the ground from Hollywood. Her emotions and mental health are unstable. Why do you think Kelsey, and excuse me, for context, when they say her, they're talking about Meg Thee Stallion, allegedly. Why do you think Kelsey remained silent? If a man pew-pewed your best friend, you would have been yelling it everywhere from the top of your lungs. Forget my typos, I'm typing really fast. When Megan finally admitted to ROC Nation about sleeping with Tory, she lied to them out of fear. This lady, her manager, assaulted her again. She pulled her head.
They trying to say Desiree assaulted her. What the hell is going on? What the Heliante? What? The Halliburton? What is going on here? They saying that she lied to ROC Nation about sleeping with Tory Lanez out of fear, and Desiree assaulted her again. She pulled her hair and flushed her face in the toilet seat. Well, that's all, I'm gonna just say allegedly. I don't know what that's about, but that's allegedly. Desiree must be You know, she took down a whole cartel and she's still walking around this motherfucker like, hey, shit, you better not. Hey, I'm not talking about you. Like, look, Desiree, I don't want no smoke. This is some information that came, and I don't know what's going on, but I don't want no smoke with you, lady. I don't want no problem with you, Desiree. Look, this is what somebody else said, allegedly.
And flushed her face in the toilet seat. She slapped her. She had one of her men grab the back of her neck and she started to yell currents of abuse at her. If that girl ends up committing suicide, do not be surprised. Okay, in this message, I don't know why I can't get the full thing up here, but they're basically saying how she is in love with Tory Lanez, which is very apparent. And they say that she's in therapy because she's always depressed and her constant anxiety attacks because of the case. She has said she wants to come clean several times, but 2 people will not allow her to. They have ruined her life. They have ruined Tory's life. Everything to see on the outside is pretext from rehearsed practice. She has trouble sleeping and was suicidal a few months ago. They also coerced her to sign multiple DNAs. I'm talking about DNAs, Lord, NDAs. Honey, what in the dyslexia did I just say? And the documents that absolve them of any guilt and state she was never pressured. So if it backfires, she is the only person that will bear the consequences. That's the reason why Tory's father said he has chosen to forgive her a long time ago. He knows some parts of what's being forced to do, but not to its entirety. That's why him and Tory keep blaming those people because they know Megan never wanted all of this hit. She never implicated anyone when the first responders got there.
So at the top of this, I see she don't like talking about Desiree. So it says she has said she wants to come clean several times, but Hove and Desiree won't let her. They have ruined her life and ruined Tory's life. Everything to see on the outside is pretense from rehearsed practice. She has trouble sleeping and is whoop-de-whoop. A few months ago, ROC Nation also coerced her to sign multiple NDAs and documents that absolve them of any guilt and state that she was never pressured. So if it backfires, she is the only one that will bear the consequences. That sounds like some Jigga Man shit, allegedly. That sounds about right.
She just wanted the lady to bury everything, but those people had other plans, basically.
And she keeps saying those people. She talking about Desiree and Ho. I see she smart. She said, I ain't mine. Fuck all that.
So y'all do with it what y'all will. But that's why Gavin Newsom ain't responded, and the likelihood of him actually responding, I don't foresee it. I mean, if he does, it'll surprise the shit out of me, but I don't foresee it. So we done with this. Again, maybe we'll revisit this when something opens up or something happens. Again, it's forever free Tory Lanez.
Tory. What y'all thinking after all this, man? Do y'all think that there's a way Tory can get up out this? Do y'all really think there's a way Tory Lanez gets out of this situation? Let me know in the chat.
So there's a video of a content creator who's asking, why is it that whenever people say that they don't agree with Megan Thee Stallion, that people assume that they automatically just hate Black women? They also follow that up by saying that some people are just critical thinkers and they're tired of her lying and they feel like she needs to be accountable for her lies. To be fair, the caption also said that they're not a free Tory person because context is important. Now, the lie that they chose to hone in on is when Megan Thee Stallion said that she didn't sleep with Tory Lanez, even though she did, and they felt like because her music is so sexually liberating and expressive that she shouldn't be too good to have told the truth about sleeping with him. Now, let me just say this. Just because the message was ambiguous and there was no direct comment about not believing her or blaming the victim, doesn't mean that it's not implied, right? The timing is hella suggestive. The other reason that people could believe that you probably don't like Black women or women at that is because the lie that y'all keep focusing in on is about who a woman chose to have sex with and whether or not she needed to disclose that to the world when it's her body. Her body. We also know what happens to women as a gender whenever people find out that they've had any sexual relationships. They often get demonized and people begin to call them out of their name. The other thing is, the 2 lies that we keep talking about, the ones that she outwardly told us she lied about, were with good reason. The first lie made perfect sense, because who would want to come out and tell the world that they slept with someone who shot them? Listen to how that sounds. It sounds ridiculous. And also, look at what y'all have chosen to do with that information. Y'all have continued to try to demonize her and make it seem like she's not a credible source because she slept with someone who shot her. The second lie that she told about stepping on glass to save everyone's life around her is a decision I'm sure she regrets every day. I know she wishes that she would have just allowed the police to do what they was going to do and went about her business. So if those are the two lies we're talking about, of course people are going to get from that you hate black women. Because the person that you're referring to is the only person that got shot in the situation. The only person that actually was injured in the entire situation. It's also just interesting to me that Tory Lanez lied on multiple occasions for absolutely no reason. First he said she didn't get shot, then he said she did get shot, then he said Kelsey did it, now he's saying she stepped on glass. And people are not making think pieces about the fact that he lied without any reason. Let's also not forget that when his lawyers realized that he was going to get a guilty charge, they then turned around and said, well, if he did shoot her, it's because he has a drug and alcohol addiction and he should go to rehab. But y'all are not talking about that. And the last thing is that she's not on trial. Y'all don't know her. She doesn't have to tell y'all the truth. That's it.
So, obviously, that person probably believes everything that Megan said. I don't know whether I believe what happened to her or not. This is not about my personal opinion, but based on the facts, Tory's not going to get out of jail. If we're basing it on the facts. Yeah, you could say there's no proof of this. You could say there's no proof of that. But at the end of the day, he made a foolish phone call in the middle of her going through all the shit that she's going through right now, in the middle of all that. So then we get to this. Hold on. So then we get to this right here. Let me see. Let's go to this.
I just cracked this whole shit. It's cracked. It's over. I cracked the whole shit. It's over. It's over. No more middleman. All y'all artists out there, fuck your label. Fuck the nigga that's telling you, yo, you gotta wait for this day on Spotify and on this. Fuck that. Nigga, y'all understand I just cracked the fucking industry? Y'all understand I just cracked this shit? I just cracked this whole shit. It's cracked. It's over. I cracked the whole shit. It's over. It's over. No more middleman. All y'all artists out there, fuck your label. Fuck the nigga that's telling you, yo, you gotta wait for this day on Spotify and on this. Fuck that. Nigga, y'all understand I just cracked the fucking
So that right there, in the middle. So right there, you start to see it was finna go bad for old boy. It was fixing to go bad at that point right there. Tory Lanez said he cracked the industry and he was teaching everybody how to be no more middleman. You don't need the labels no more. Wake up artist. He was saying all that wake up shit, but it did not go over too well for him. It didn't go too well because now, when we looking at it, it's looking like, yeah, brother, I don't know. You look guilty at that point. Even if you didn't do it, you made yourself look guilty. And then when it was all said and done, you didn't get up on the stand and tell these people what the fuck the truth was. You never got up on the stand to be like, you know what, y'all, let me tell y'all what I know happened that night. It was so-and-so. I didn't do it. I never pulled a gun. You didn't get up there and say nothing. You just let everybody believe whatever the hell they was going to believe. So by you not testifying in your own trial while you were facing all this shit, I don't see. I don't get why you didn't do it. If I was an innocent man, I would have. Maybe your lawyers advised you to, and maybe that's why people are saying what they're saying about you.
He is standing up over the window, shooting. This nigga in the backseat. I'll get out the car. I'm done arguing. I don't want to argue no more. I'll get out. I'm walking away. This nigga from out the backseat of the car starts shooting me. So
He's in the car shooting from the car, Megan.
He is standing up over the window, shooting. This nigga in the backseat. I'll get out the car. I'm done arguing. I don't want to argue no more. I'll get out. I'm walking away. This nigga from out the backseat of the car starts shooting me. So in there.
So she lay down, Jules. Lay down. Give me a second, y'all. My damn dog. Hold on. 1 second. Go lay down, Jules. Lay down. Lay down, Jules. Stop. Lay down. Stop. She hear all this damn commotion going on in here. She's like, who the hell in there doing all that damn screaming? What the hell going on in there? That's Megan Thee Stallion. It's Megan the Stallion, yeah. My bad. It's Megan Thee Stallion, Jules. My bad. All right, let's continue. She like, hold on, dog.
All right, y'all. I just got off the phone with Tory Lanez's father, and I got the pleasure of meeting him in DC a few weeks ago and got to hear a little bit about their story. Now, I'm going to preface this by saying I am going to review all the case files and the evidence that was put forth, but I want to know, do you believe that Tory Lanez shot Megan Thee Stallion? Do you or do you not? Because I find things to be very interesting that I have begun reviewing. And I really don't know if he did. I also do believe in my heart, after I have reviewed certain things, that there was some corruption to go on in this case. And I just want to read a few things off to you that you may not know. I would love for you to challenge my beliefs. I would love for you to tell me your thoughts and who you think shot who and what exactly you think happened. But just to read off to you a few things that you may not know. Megan told police, and I will preface this by saying these are things that have allegedly been said, because Lord knows I don't need Megan Thee Stallion coming after me. But Megan allegedly told police and doctors that she stepped on glass, not that she was shot. Video and officers confirmed Megan stepped on a glass bottle, not hit by gunfire. Sean Kelly testified. 2 women fought in the street. One fired first. Tory was still in the car. Kelsey tested positive for gunshot residue. Her DNA was never tested against the gun. Kelsey received free rent for a year after the shooting. Who paid for it and why? EJ said an object in the girl's luggage looked like
This is some interesting shit, though. Let's take this back. Listen to these facts.
Told police, and I will preface this by saying these are things that have allegedly been said, because Lord knows I don't need Megan Thee Stallion coming after me. But Megan allegedly told police and doctors that she stepped on glass, not that she was shot. Video and officers confirmed Megan stepped on a glass bottle, not hit by gunfire. Sean Kelly testified. 2 women fought in the street. One fired first. Tory was still in the car. Kelsey tested positive for gunshot residue. Her DNA was never tested against the gun. Kelsey received free rent for a year after the shooting. Who paid for it and why? EJ said an object in the girl's luggage looked like a gun. Megan claimed she spoke out in response to Tory, but the timeline proves that she went public first. Tory's DNA was not found on the magazine, only 0.01% on the gun, statistically irrelevant. 0.01% of his DNA was found on the gun. This truly is statistically irrelevant. If you shoot someone, more DNA is on the gun. 90% of the DNA on the gun belonged to an unknown male, not Tory. Tory's jail call, that I believe went viral, was the call to where he made an apology. That was about the drama of sleeping with 2 friends, not the incident that occurred. Tory has repeatedly said, I would never do anything like this. No bullet fragments on the x-ray, no nerve damage, fractures, or joint trauma in Megan's medical records. Bullet fragments were lost and never presented at trial. Prosecutors misused Tory's rap lyrics, tattoos, and uncharged allegations to sway the jury. Kelsey's story changed multiple times, and she admitted to lying under pressure. Megan's own timeline and injuries don't match the story of a shooting. So the bottom line is the facts don't add up. The case against Tory Lanez was built on shifting stories, missing evidence, and lies. So I would love to know if you believe this, do you believe that this case was built on lies and prosecutorial misconduct? Do you believe that Tory Lanez shot Megan Thee Stallion? That's what I'm wondering. What do we think happened? So I'm going to continue digging into this case more, and I have told Tory Lanez's father that I would head out to California and actually visit him in prison and get to know him a little bit better, hear his story, and hear from his mouth what actually happened. So would like to know your thoughts, opinions, and be respectful. Show up, give your opinions. Excited to read what you think and start putting pieces of the puzzle together.
So with that, when we get to some of the facts that were presented in court, it's starting to look more like I said, the phone call was damaging. I don't necessarily think you were referring to shooting, because I never heard anyone talk about shooting, but your verbiage, it just sounded bad, Tory. You just should not have made a phone call from jail, sobering up and starting to feel whatever pressures you were feeling. It's just something you shouldn't have did. You should have never went and made that phone call, because they were able to use your words against you and probably twist it into the jury's minds. Like, listen to him. He's not saying he didn't shoot her. He's saying, oh, look at this and look at that. Woo-dee-woo-dee-woo. He's basically alluding to the fact that something could have happened. He didn't open the door, but he damn sure didn't close it. You know what I'm saying? He didn't open the door and say I did it, but he didn't close the door and say I didn't. I mean, I don't even know. I don't know what Tory's intentions were for the phone call he made while he was in jail. I don't know why he made that phone call, but obviously you were going up against two snakes. The two girls that you were sleeping with were the two girls who took you out in the end, man. They what is the word I'm looking for? When a woman, I'm trying to think. I can't think of the. Maybe y'all can say it in the chat. I can't think of what I'm trying to say. What they did to him, but this is like the ultimate homegirl setup shit. I don't know the exact word I'm looking for, but when you got two homegirls tag teaming you to take you down, that's definitely what happened here, dog. That's one of the oldest tricks in the book. Damn it, it's almost like witchcraft. I can't think of exactly what I'm trying to say. It's a word I'm looking for. I just can't think of it. Ratchet, the reason Tory didn't take the stand is because he would have been caught in a lie on the stand. Exactly. But what lie would you have gotten caught in that was going to make you in a worse situation than you're in now? I mean, maybe you go down for this and perjury, but I don't know. So Zeb, I'm sure right now paid them off. Zeb, I'm sure RN paid them off or something. Yeah, I don't know, man. So the whole system is corrupt. That's facts. But what can Tory Lanez do now? I mean, he put himself in a position by sleeping with two women who were evil as fuck in the end. A sting. Nah. Anyway, I can't think of the word I'm looking for. It's like when two women trap you into the. I can't think of. I don't know. I'll think of it maybe later and figure. I'll say it. They said defendants rarely take the stand, innocent or not. Yeah, I know that. But you see, ASAP Rocky chose not to, and it worked out for him. But ASAP Rocky case was weak. Well, this case was weak too. I don't know. Diddy ain't gonna take the stand. That's the defendants really take the stand. Yeah, I don't really see too many defendants take the stand. I know Diddy, he ain't taking no damn stand. He gonna just go down with his high profile lawyers. They said Black Widows. There you go, Black Widows. Diddy is gonna go down with his high profile, you know what I'm saying, expensive ass attorneys. And rightfully so, man. Diddy, you paid a lot of money for your legal team, so I can't expect you to ever even think it's safe to hit a stand. Diddy don't want to get hit in a cross-exam. If they cross Diddy, it's over. Like, yeah, Diddy, he can't take the stand because they're going to get Diddy just off cross alone. So Diddy, his best bet is to, that's why he's so mad, and y'all still see why he got so much passion in the court with his lawyers, because it's like, nigga, I can't talk. I'm fucked over. You know what I'm saying? I can't say nothing. If I talk, I'm cooked, and you know that. So I mean, you need to get this shit out. I'm stressing the fact that you need to say what I'm telling you to say. So I can understand why Diddy's that frustrated in court, because he can't talk, and normally he's in control of a situation, and he can't control this situation, because if Diddy talks, they gonna wrap Diddy up in a web of lies that's gonna take him down. It says to take his son and run. I said Tory had steel, he would have got off. I think Tory Lanez had the wrong lawyers. I think he just hired the wrong legal team, and that was his. Tory Lanez made a lot of mistakes that I don't think he would make again, but it doesn't even matter because he's sentenced. If you can easily exonerate yourself without incriminating yourself, your lawyer would advise you to take the stand because you're telling the truth. With a strong alibi, you will hold up on cross. Yeah, but Tory Lanez wasn't going to make it out of cross. Tory Lanez wasn't going to make it out of cross, and Diddy ain't going to make it out of cross. ASAP Rocky wasn't going to make it out of cross. You just got to pray that your lawyers are good enough to get the job done. That's all you got to do. You just got to pray that you got the best legal team that's going to put you in the right position, and hopefully your legal team can cross everybody and make them look like liars. In this situation, I just don't see Tory Lanez lawyers advising him to do the right thing. Yeah, Tory Lanez would have got cooked on cross, but if you know you didn't do this shit and you know who did, I would just think that you get up there and tell that story. But I don't know. There's a reason why Tory did not take the stand, and I want to know why. Tory was too confident, thinking they didn't have enough evidence to find him guilty. If PD know he cooked for sure, he might just want to take the stand. Fuck the cross. What you think about Rainwater losing the rights to most of the music? He didn't lose no rights. Rainwater gained the rights, but this ain't even about him. This is about Diddy and Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion and ROC Nation. Kelsey pleading the fifth was very interesting because Kelsey is a liar. Kelsey know what she did. ROC Nation is plugged in with the media. Y'all bloggers are our only hope. No, I'm not a blogger. I'm a journalist. But we are the last line of defense, man. Y'all don't got nothing outside of this new media. There's such thing as new media, and you're looking at it. Like, this is new media. This is how people get their media now. It ain't like the old days where you have to rely on a Source magazine or BT or MTV or VH1 or something like that. Or the radio station. The radio stations are powerless. You don't need the radio station. You don't need record labels no more. You are your own whatever, you know what I'm saying? I mean, Tory Lanez already showed y'all what to do. You don't have to do it with the NFT. You just got to figure out a way to do it with your own platform. You know what I'm saying? Like, the streamers are bigger than the rappers these days. You got a team of streamers who making more money than all the rappers, so you definitely you just got to figure it out. There's a way to cut the middleman out, and you know what I'm saying? You're always going to pay Uncle Sam, you know what I'm saying, his cut, but there's a way to cut the middleman out of everything. Exactly, new media is our only hope. That's how DDG fighting back. See, a lot of people think DDG ain't as big as DDG is. Like, we know Casanet is like the face of this shit, but let's just be real. He definitely bit the cheese. Like, let's just call it what it is. Casanet bit the cheese. Drewski bit the cheese. I Show Speed bit the cheese. Funny Marco bit the cheese. Whatever happened to remember when Funny Marco was coming up, you had Ha Davis. What happened to him? What happened to D-Ray Davis? He doing a little movie here and there, but he ain't popping no more. What happened to Country Wayne? You know what I'm saying? These are all people that did not take the cheese. And these is people that was huge at this time. It's not about how big your platform is. It's about how long they're going to let you do what you're doing. Because, look, for every Desi Banks, we got a Funny Marco that's going to take the bait. Desi Banks might not take the bait, and he's funny and probably funnier than a lot of these dudes. But at the same time, we don't need Desi. He needs us. We need Casanet, and he needs us. But we can turn Casanet into the biggest streamer. We could turn Aiden Ross into the biggest streamer. We could turn all of these people into social media, like the top influencer. We can take them and make them a top influencer on social media, but they're under our control. You get that, right? So I can control I Show Speed. He's gonna do whatever the fuck I tell him to do. I can control Kai Cenat. He's gonna do whatever I tell him to do. If I tell him to get up there in some big weird boots and some Velcro pants, he's gonna do it. If I tell him to take a shower with the boys, he's gonna do it. If I tell him to get cozied up with I Show Speed, they're gonna do it. They're gonna do whatever we say do. If I had to go tell Desi Banks and Country Wayne to do that, they're not gonna do that. They're not gonna put on lip gloss and dance around and twirl around like a ballerina. They're not gonna do that. They're gonna basically say, hold on, fam. They're gonna Cat Williams this shit. But you can control a Funny Marco. You can make him do things that are out of his element. You can control a Kevin Hart. You can't control a Cat Williams. You can't control some of these other big comedians that come into the game. So, yeah, they got their way of doing everything. And then when you don't bend and fold and you figure a way around it, they're coming for you. Look at the weird position Ray J is in now. This has been going on for decades. They mad Flip Wilson wear a dress back in the day. I mean, all of these dudes is gonna get down. They're gonna get down how they get down, man. I mean, this is the industry that we in. This is how they get down. It's the CJ So Cool got millions of subs, but I mean, look, they do the same thing with me. It ain't no different, fam. Like, they don't like the way I operate. They don't want to promote my shit. Bro, I'm telling y'all, they don't fuck with me. Y'all think that I'm not liked very well on the internet, fam, and y'all see it. They put me in the same shit. They don't want to throw my shit out there. You know what I'm saying? You just got to fight your way through them motherfuckers. I'm going through it right now. It is what it is. But, yeah, they definitely, when you don't take the bait, when you don't bite the cheese, you're gonna have to fight them, and they're gonna be fighting you. It's an uphill battle for anybody who's not gonna take the bait. RatchetTV will never take the bait. They know that, and that's why they do the things that they do to my platform. That's why they, you know what I'm saying? Look what happened to Rashad Jamal. They don't like you talking about him. Look what happened to Colin Bellamy. Look what happened. It's a lot of, come on, fam. Y'all gotta understand there's another dark side to the social media. There's content creators who get thrown into crazy ass situations. DDG, he's one of the people. DDG won't take the bait. He's just as big as Kai Cenat, bro. He's just not bigger than Kai Cenat because he won't take the bait. Like, people keep like, well, who is DDG? He needs Hailey Bailey. No, the fuck he don't. DDG is really that nigga. Like, if we being honest, DDG is one of the top streamers in the game. He's just not gonna get his recognition because he won't take the bait. So they're gonna put people like Kai Cenat, Aiden Ross, and I Show Speed in front of him. But DDG really was paving the way for them niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, DDG is a very famous streamer. People don't like to admit that. He's not a likable person. I'm not either, though. So you can't make that a knock on him. I got to get a man his flowers. That dude is just as big as Kai Cenat. Kai Cenat is just bigger than him because that's who they chose. I Show Speed is bigger than him because that's who they chose. They don't want DDG. Why would they want DDG? He's not going to do what the fuck we tell him to do. He's not going to do none of this girly stuff. He's not going to, I mean, he'll do some wild shit every now and then, but he's more for the females. He's going to try to, you know what I'm saying, smash some females and, you know what I'm saying, have a few kids here and there. That's why Duke Dennis ain't that big. He ain't bending and folding. Like, he's right there alongside some of the biggest streamers in the world, but he's like the lesser one. And everybody who comes up next to these dudes got to end up leaving. They're going to always have a new crew unless all of these dudes is getting piped up behind the scenes. I mean, I Show Speed and Kai Cenat, to me, are in a relationship. Those are two dudes who definitely have probably smashed. And I'm just being real. Hey, double tap the screen and get these likes to 700, y'all. Double tap the screen and get these likes to 700. I just say what everybody else scared to say. That's the thing, man. Me, I say everything that everybody else is scared to say. People are scared to listen to the shit that I be having to say, man. Let's just keep it a real big buck. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they don't like when Big Ratchet start talking, boy, they don't like that shit at all, man. Let's keep it a big buck. They said that's a wild accusation. They said you gotta sell your soul like Aiden Ross. Well, all of them did. Aiden, Kai, I Show Speed, all of them top streamers that get above the game, all of these dudes sold out, fam. Like, it just is what it is, man. They all sold out. It says Ratchet Facts. They said that's a wild accusation. You gotta sell your soul. Those events are rituals. It's good he wasn't invited. Oh yeah, most definitely. DDG wasn't getting invited to the Oscars, Grammys, or Met Gala. Come on now, that came through Hailey. Fam. So y'all telling me y'all believe Hailey Bailey is way above DDG? That's what y'all telling me? That's what y'all telling me? Y'all think Hailey Bailey is way above DDG? Is that what y'all saying? Let's look at something. Let's look at this. She has a $3 million net worth. She has a $3 million net worth. DDG has $8 million net worth. I don't know why y'all don't be listening to me. I'm telling you what the fuck be going on. Y'all don't never listen to me when I be talking. So look, you see the man got more money than her, dog. The dude is really, I don't know why people don't give this dude no type of respect. She's not even, I don't even see how do you not know DDG though? Like DDG is, listen to what I'm telling you. He's just as popping as Kai Cenat. He's not, because it's just like saying Cat Williams at the peak of both of their careers, Kevin Hart is on the face. He's light years ahead of Cat Williams based on popularity and based on money. But at the time, before the shift happened and he takes off to be Kevin Hart, Cat Williams is just as big as this dude. They chose Kevin Hart to take off. They didn't want Cat Williams. Cat Williams could have took off. He's just as popping as Kevin Hart. He was just as big as Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart is light years ahead of him based on what they want. So they don't want DDG to be the face of streaming. They don't want DDG to be the most thrown out name in the world. But if you doing off of numbers, and this nigga just as big as fucking Kai Cenat, bro. Now let's look at this. Now I ain't saying that, I know Kai Cenat doing this motherfucking thing. I ain't hating on him at all. I ain't hating on the nigga at all. Let's check this out. Kai Cenat got a $14 million net worth to an $8 million net worth from DDG. But a lot of that net worth comes from the past 2 years. In 2019, he had a $9,000 net worth. In 2019, Kai Cenat had a $9,000 net worth. I know what I be talking about, man. I know what I'll be talking about, man. In 2019, DDG's net worth was $750,000. In 2018, he had a $500,000 net worth. Come on, dog. So let's keep it a buck. DDG is just as big. Listen to what I'm telling you. Come on, dog. They don't want to hear the facts. Yeah, DDG been had more money than Kai Cenat. Kai Cenat just started getting popping within the last year and a half, 2 years. So they chose him to take off. Hailey blew up because of the Mermaid movie. That's it. Exactly. Hailey just has a polished image. I'd rather have money than clout. DDG been around and been had money. Exactly. The only way DDG gets invited to the Grammys, Oscars, and Met Gala was at Hailey's +1. It is what it is. But you're missing my point. Why would they invite RatchetTV to Met Gala when you could invite Kai Cenat? Why would you invite RatchetTV to the Grammys, to the Oscars? You would never want to invite me to some shit like that. Period. No matter how poppin' I get. Why would I not invite Kai Cenat and I Show Speed to everything? Those are the faces of streaming. I don't want DDG there. DDG is not someone who's a likable figure, and he's not someone I want to push to the masses anyway. He ain't even got down with nothing. Look at Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate just as big as all these motherfuckers. Andrew Tate was more popping than Kai Cenat, but they don't want to push him. Andrew Tate, he changed the fucking game. Kevin Samuels and Andrew Tate were the faces. They took Kevin Samuels out, and Andrew Tate is going through what he's going through. He can't win for losing at this point. I know what I'm talking about when it comes to the streaming world, dog. Trust me. They're pushing these people to push narratives. Castanet ain't big. Drewski ain't big. I Show Speed ain't big. They made them. This is what you call an industry plan. You come through, shake shit up. We look at the Bobby Alkanoff lady, whatever the fuck her name was. She popped out of nowhere and got a Drake interview. Industry plan. That's who they wanted. They put her in position. She since fucked that up, and they replaced her with whoever else. They push who they want to push. You start seeing a familiar face all over. They're pushing who they want to push to the front, and they push who they want to push to the back. It just is what it is. You're gonna push the people you want to promote to the front, and the people you want out the game, you're gonna push them to the back, and you're gonna do a lot of shit to get rid of them. You're gonna throw cases on them. You're gonna try to unalive them. You're gonna try to discredit them. You're gonna try to break them completely down, just to get what you want in the end. So I said yes, and she signed to Beyonce. That gave her exposure, and boom. Then Jay Z sends him a gift, and now look what he's going through. Again, the wrath of Jay Z, the wrath of Jay Z and Beyonce. The wrath of Jay Z and Beyonce against this wicked industry. They seem to always remain in one spot, and that's right on top. And whoever's connected with them seems to be doing pretty damn well too. Everybody who is tied into them seems to be doing pretty damn well. I could be wrong though. I don't know what the hell I be talking about, but it seems like everybody that ain't on their side ends up folding in some way, shape, form, or fashion. They fold. They get their ass to fold every time. But as far as Jay Z and his team, I don't know, dog. They some powerful people. I don't know who the hell want to go up against Jay Z, but it damn sure ain't me. I'm gonna be real. I don't know who want to go against that man, but it damn sure ain't me. Let me take this damn charger out. Yeah, I don't want to go up against his ass. That dude got some real power. They said they still sign with ROC Nation. Who wouldn't though? That's facts, mainstream media. Every person would still sign with him. You ain't gonna stop them from making money. So I asked y'all in the chat, who shot Megan Thee Stallion? 69% say free Tory. He didn't do it. Kelsey did it. 10% say Tory definitely shot Megan. And 20% say nobody did. This is all a play. So that was the poll that I put out there in the chat. And it looks like the people in the chat have spoken. And it looks like most people say Tory did not do it. And we got a lot of free Tories in the chat. They say he didn't. They said, yeah, because to mess with Hailey is to mess up Beyonce money because she signed to her label. Exactly. So you messing up Beyonce bread. And now Hailey gonna take off. They gonna find a way to make DDG look guilty of all that shit. Do y'all think DDG even did any of that shit? Do y'all think DDG lying or y'all think Hailey lying? Who is lying in that situation? Type it in the chat. DDG or Hailey? Who is lying? Not who's telling the truth. Who's lying? Type it in the chat. Which one of them two is lying? Somebody lying. Let's see. They said they got machines behind them. Said probably piled herself. They said Hailey is lying. Hailey is lying. Hailey never trust a bid word over size 9.5 million. What the hell? 60 years old. I'm back to look up DDG. She said, hold on, I have to look up who the hell DDG is. Said DDG got printouts from the phone company. Hailey is lying. Said both of them. And said Hailey stabbed this man, got crazy messages. DDG was smart, keeping his receipts. Yeah, DDG, I ain't gonna lie, bro. You got you a crazy one, bro. They said she is lying. But you got a whole mob of women who are against DDG. I ain't gonna lie, I be on Twitter, but they be going in on DDG on Twitter, bro. Women do not like DDG. They go at him on Instagram too. I've been seeing a lot of comments towards DDG on Instagram. I think people say free Tory just to be contrarian. It says they believe he's innocent because it's what they want to believe. Even if Tory confessed, they still wouldn't believe it. Well, I mean, you got a lot of people that still say free R. Kelly too. And it's a lot of women. It's a lot of women who want R. Kelly free. I still think they both toxic. It's a lot of women who want R. Kelly free today. So what do you say to those women? It's a lot of people in this chat who want R. Kelly free. To be real. A lot of people in this chat still fuck with Kells till this day. Just to be honest. I really don't know about this case. I'm just guessing, LOL. It said toxic and lying are two different things. Exactly. Is she lying or is this chick just toxic? Which one is it, bro? Hailey she got a restraining order. And I think DDG got a temporary restraining order. I don't know, fam. This is just all of the indications that you just need to get away from this woman. That's what I'm getting from it. What I'm gauging from the DDG and Hailey situation is get the fuck away, dog. Like, it ain't gonna end well for you. Either they're gonna try to pew you, or they're gonna end up trying to lock your ass up on something, or they just gonna tarnish your whole legacy and they're gonna fuck up all your streaming stuff and all your sponsors, and you ain't gonna be able to sign no endorsement deals and shit like that. So just be real careful with this one, DDG. This ain't necessarily in your favor, dog. It sounds like you done pissed off some people, some powerful people. It says, one love, Ratchet Gang, I'm out. Salute, Linda. I said Linda, Lisa. They both crazy. DDG got a lot of evidence. She only got hearsay. They denied his temporary restraining. I thought that they approved it today. I don't know. Maybe I got wrong information. The industry is invested in Hailey Bailey. They won't let her image be destroyed. They're going to bury DDG now. Yeah, he's at war with the elites. I'll give you that. He definitely got to go to war with these people. So he got to try to get his image back, because DDG going under a lot of backlash right now. I ain't gonna lie, he got a lot of backlash right now. I don't know. I said, yes, free that man. The messages for her saying she wanted to unalive herself should automatically give the rights of custody to DDG, because she's a Disney princess and DDG always aired their business out, and she doesn't speak on it. Makes him look like they approved his TRO. Y'all lying like hell. Yeah, I thought they approved it today or yesterday. They said, yep, because she is branded as Little Innocent Mermaid. I thought she was lying. Yeah, I thought they approved his shit. I think DDG got his stuff approved. It's a temporary restraining order, but I do believe it got approved today or yesterday. I can't. Maybe it was yesterday, but I do believe that it got approved, if I'm not mistaken. Y'all could do your background on that, but I'm pretty sure it did. Let me go over here. I could check real quick. Let me see. Oh yeah, here it go right here, front page. It said DDG's attorney released a statement clarifying DDG was granted temporary restraining order against Hailey, says custody-related issue remains pending. DDG's attorney released the following statement to XXL, opposing prior reports that the rapper was denied a temporary restraining order against Hailey Bailey. The court granted Mr. Granberry a temporary restraining order, TRO, based on the serious allegations set forth in his application. The statement reads, the issuance of this order reflects the court's finding that there is sufficient cause to provide immediate legal protection while the matter proceeds. At this time, custody-related issues remain pending and are subject to a full evidentiary hearing where both parties will have the opportunity to present their claims and defenses. These are highly sensitive matters involving a minor child, and Mr. Granberry remains committed to resolving them through the appropriate legal channels, not the court of public opinion. So DDG is going full-fledged to try to take her out the equation. He definitely is going for full custody of his kid. That's what it's looking like. He's about to go for full custody of his kid, and he finna get shit popping. So yeah, y'all could be on the lookout for DDG. Definitely trying to get his rights to his kid. So yeah, he was granted a TRO. See how y'all be lying? See how y'all just be lying? See how y'all just be lying, man? Man. Yeah, all right, y'all. Well. All right, how long we been on live, man? We've been on here for 3 hours, man. Sheesh, sheesh, sheesh. Well, it's about time for me to go get my dogs and feed my dogs. And I'll be on live maybe later. I might do a late night pop out. You never know. I might just go live late at night, or I might pop out in the morning. I know I'm gonna be live before 7 o'clock tomorrow because I'm gonna watch the Pacers game. So yeah, do me a favor. Yeah, y'all subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all double tap the screen to get the likes. So make sure all your notifications is set to all notifications. And let me know in the chat how y'all felt about the content today. I know it was different. We're switching things up. We're doing things different on this channel. So keep that in mind too. But also make sure y'all get the likes up. And this your boy Big Ratchet. That's Ratchet Gang. And this is RatchetTV. And until the next time, y'all, I will catch everybody on the flip side, man. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy Big Ratchet, man. Where you only get this type of content, man. You know what I'm saying? Keep it a big buck. Your boy out, man. Let's go. They won't find her, guide her, rocking my chain like I signed her. You gotta remember the nights where you lied. She cried, if that's yours, then I get behind her. Trust me, I got her, it'll be alright. You had her in the dark, I'ma bring her to the light. Plus, you was stressed about paying off the lights. And if you get the tripping, then I'm a pipe. I know that's what you like, cause you my little freak. And when you get to going, you be fucking up my sheets. And if you find out what we did last week, when you was supposed to be going out with your niece, but I'ma be quiet, cause I gotta keep the key. And now you in the days, cause I got you getting weak. But don't fall in love, cause you know I'm for the streets. And he better not find out about me. And now she like, man, this girl been blowing on my phone, but I don't hit back cause I be up in my zone. Hit D&D, wanna be alone. She OD, wanna be up in my home. Fuck that, I can't get attached. I've been cracked that, you can have it back. These hoes I don't trust on top of that. I'm just getting facts cause that won't last. These hoes love going back to the past, back to the stress and back to the laugh. Meanwhile, you be sitting having flashbacks, sitting back just trying to make the math mad. Not me, I'ma chill and get the last laugh. Kick rocks, I'ma leave the past in the past. Lock the number, now she crying, yeah, now she mad. Now she pill popping, taking half of a half. So sad, she was worried about the next play. Play victim, do the same thing the next day. Sit back, people wait on that day. Karma come, but it don't got a set date. But I'ma be quiet, cause I gotta keep the peace. And now you in the days, cause I got you getting weak. But don't fall in love, cause you know I'm for the streets. And he better not find out about me. Alright, y'all, I'm out this bitch. I know my dog's mad at me. I know they gonna be mad as hell. I'm gonna have to play with them. And I'm out, y'all. I'm hungry as hell, too. Salute, man. I love each and every one of y'all more than y'all will ever know. This your boy, Big Ratchet. That's Ratchet Gang. And this is Ratchet TV. Yeah, y'all hear him? All right, here I come. All right, I'm out, y'all. My dog's cussing me out, so I gotta go. I'm out, gang. Tone bite.